My advice to people who's just looking.
Day 4.
Hello everybody, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Labradors, cats, grannies, granddads.
Don't forget the lizards and parrots, mate. Come on.
Hello everyone, how's it going? It's day 4 time. Day 4 already.
It's gone so quickly, mate. So quickly. I can't believe it's day 4 already.
Day 4, guys, of the Cash Game Festival, coming to you from the Olympic Casino here in Tallinn. You guys know the drill. 2 streams coming your way with me, Andrew Hedley, and Mr. Henry Kilbane in the booth. Day 4, guys, let's make it a good one. So, hello everyone, let's start with the follow hype, give everyone some love. Uniworm999, RR Triple T ATYM, 45 All, Big Ref 55, Jan Johansson, Tris25, Navin, Zenakuz, and Tos U Carla have all followed the channel in the last few hours. Thank you guys. Big love.
Even when the stream's off, people are clicking that follow button.
I know.
It's great to see, man. It's great to see.
Wonderful times. Hello everybody. So, fabulous, some free roll today. Well, absolutely, as always at the Cash Game Festival, guys, we are giving you guys the opportunity to win all the free monies. 2 big free rolls coming up, in fact.
Massive.
Probably the best of the week, in fact, for your Saturday night entertainment. 32 Red Poker are one of our sponsors and partners, are very kindly putting on a €5,000 free roll. Password will be upcoming soon, and we will jump into the action first because we have an action flop, and then I will let you guys know all the info you need. So,
John just flopping the world.
Yeah, John flopping the open-ended straight draw with the second nut flush draw and turning top pair. Not that he seems like he doesn't need it. We don't know what our friend Mr. Estonian Jesus has on the button, but he's folded, so it looks like this is going to go fold, and John picking up a nice early pot.
John needs it. He needs it. He's had a rough start. Well, rough start to the festival, that's for sure. I'd like to see him just smash an absolute session tonight.
Absolutely.
And book a win.
Yep. So guys, the 32 red free roll that I just mentioned, €5,000 up for grabs. I believe there are a couple of packages to the next Cash Game Festival involved in that free roll.
In the 5k one?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 packages up for grabs, €2,000 cash for the remaining 30 players. And I believe there's no password on that one as well. 32 red are just letting you get in there, you know. They're not letting us tease people. It's unfair.
So guys, there you go. No password on the 32 red free roll. Get regging. That starts at 9 PM Estonian local time. So in around about 3 hours time, you can hop in that free roll. Hopefully you can make the wages. And also our other wonderful partners, Unibet, are putting on a €2,000 free roll also, starting at 8:30 local time here in Estonia. We do have a password for this one, so stay tuned, and towards the end of this first stream I will be releasing the password for the Unibet free roll. So
7k.
It's alright, right?
It's a good amount of money. There's a lot of Unibet poker players at the table as well, which is like great news for us, not only having one of our sponsors putting on a 2k free roll, but also getting involved in the mix and battling out with the rest of the people on the TV.
Absolutely.
Table.
As you can see on the screen there, we have Espen Jurstad. I've been working on my pronunciation in preparation for Espen's return to the table.
Also known as Premium.
Also known as Premium Espen, yeah. I mean, he isn't known as that, but we are campaigning for that to be his new nick. On the first TV table that he played this week, probably ran purer than, I don't even know.
It's like 40 hands, aces twice, queens twice, jacks, 10s, 9s, 7s.
Purer than the purest virginal bunny.
That pure.
That pure.
That pure. We'll just go with like extremely pure.
Yeah, that was a really weird thing for me to say. Anyway, there we go. There's always something. There's always something. So, into the action here, we have a C-bet from John with the ace-jack. Oh no, did John lead from the... John 3-bet. Classic John here, going for the 3-bet, out of position. Now, a very interesting spot here for Jesus. He peeled in position and then floated flop, and has turned in that flush draw with a gutter. Couple of ways to play this. Obviously, we can never fold. I quite like a raise in this spot, but he is going to go for the flat call. Now, a 4 of diamonds would be a pretty sick card, but the board does pair. Now, John has the best hand, but you can't know it. Question is, does he fire 3 barrels? You know, if he perceives Jesus to have a hand like 4s, 6s, 7s, 8s, might fire the 3rd barrel.
Does Jesus bet them on the river as well?
I mean, I think we should. I think we should bet just to, you know, fold out some better ace highs that somehow barreled. I mean, John is the type of player, like, John is not checking river here with jacks, for example. Sure. And he shouldn't be, of course. And even like a hand like ace 10, John can go 3 on this run out.
Yeah.
You know, you can bet fold river. But like, John's going to be pretty chuffed, basically, to see that his ace jack was good in this spot.
Yeah.
So, anyway, in any case, I will run you guys through the bios as always. Sightgasm in the mix, Toshu Carla. Roseboom, hello everybody. Lovely to see you all as always. So, John out front, 1.1k euros, followed up by Paul and Vyacheslav. I think I played against Vyacheslav on the 510 stream last year.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think you can see him there on the right of our good friend, Mr. Estonian Jesus.
How did he get on? Do you remember?
I do. He actually bluffed me off a spot. I can't remember the full details. It was an interesting hand where I believe I ISO'd with a suited wheel ace.
Okay.
We went 4-way. Became something like 10, 5, 6, I want to say, with 2 clubs.
Yeah.
Or something like this, or with 2 diamonds. Maybe I had the diamonds. And I bet flop and everyone called. So it was one of these spots where normally I would barrel off.
Wow.
But when you get 3 callers, there's a lot of people who could have a set and stuff like this. I believe his turn was some kind of blank, and I thought about shove and turn. I didn't do it, and then Vyacheslav jammed, and he had floated the flop with some weird combo.
He showed it to you, he tabled it.
No, he didn't, but he was
watched
basically
that
just all in. Yeah.
Wow, we just got a massive host by the looks of it.
Hey, Navin is hosting us for up to 79 viewers. Thank you very much, Navin.
Wow. Shout out to Navin, thanks for that, buddy, much appreciated. We currently have 100 of you in the building, so thanks for tuning in this Saturday afternoon. We are live in the Olympic Casino in Tallinn. It's my first time here. I've had a great time so far. I know you've enjoyed yourself as well, but it's not your first time.
Certainly not. Old weather drag, guys. 3rd time in Tallinn for me.
Been around the block, this man.
3rd time's the charm, guys. What can I say? Sightgasm, can you explain that comment? I don't really know. I wish I knew what it meant. Tit sweat is real. I would love to know what we're referencing. Anyway, so let's get back into the action here. Alexei had bet the flop, I believe, for 39 euros. I think it was a limped pot.
I think it went check. Eric raised to 13 and Alexei actually 3-bet.
Okay.
39.
And then it went check, flop, check, turn.
Turn, yeah. I think we're sweating with Alexei at the moment. Couple of issues with the graphics.
Well, so in these spots, if you know, we have to try and range players. That's an interesting spot for Eric to lead river. Yeah. If you think that your opponent on the button has an ace here and is check, flop, and turn, we can actually go for a check raise on this river.
For sure.
You know, they're going to value bet ace jack through ace king, basically always. You would probably have heard about it on the turn if they had ace 10.
Yep.
And even ace 8 will sometimes bet flop. So. An interesting spot, though. I mean, I guess Alexei just had all kinds of nothing on this board. Maybe a hand like King Jack of Hearts would make a lot of sense. You know, that doesn't want to bet flop or that turn.
There's a lot of offsuit broadways as well. That like 3-bets pre-flop.
Definitely possible for sure. Yes, Sightgasm, I am aware of what it actually means. But I was wondering why you just decided to fire it out into the chat. Are you currently experiencing this phenomenon? That's what I'm wondering about. Anyway. So hello everybody, I hope you're enjoying your Saturday evening. This is 2-5 No Limit, our first TV table of the evening, and I can reveal that later on, this is a pretty cool idea, we're having a men versus ladies battle table. It's going to be the second table, and not to claim credit, you know, but I'm going to claim the credit because, yeah, to claim credit, why not?
You arranged it?
Well, no, I didn't arrange it, but it was going to be called Angels versus Bros.
Okay.
Which really doesn't make...
Yeah, what?
Yeah. And then I said, let's call it Adams versus Eves.
That's, yeah.
Come on, mate, you're supposed to.
That's a good one, mate. No, that is good. That is good.
And then you've got the Garden of Eden, but we decided to call it in the Garden of Tallinn.
You're just you're putting yourself out there today.
Thoroughly underwhelmed. Wonderful. Anyway, Navin hosting us with 168 viewers. Awesome. Thank you for the host. We appreciate you. So Paul is 3-betting with the ladies, and Eric is going to peel in position with the king queen off. Don't mind it from the hijack. Starts to get a lot thinner if you're from early position. Now Paul's going to check. He does have backdoor diamonds, and he does have some showdown. Now Eric may be sensing some weakness. He's going to try and take this down on the flop.
I think he has to be prepared to fire too.
For sure. I mean, Paul should always check call, yeah.
Especially with the queen of diamonds in his hand as well.
King of diamonds be an interesting card. Okay, interesting. Now Eric does pick up additional equity. Now if he puts his opponent on a hand like kings or queens, this is a good barrel card. However, we have king queen in our hand, so we literally block the two hands that we want to get our opponent to fold.
For sure.
So I think long term actually it can be tough, but he is going for it. And it's good to see if you have a plan to fire, then you've got to go ahead and fire a couple of bullets.
For all three here, that's for sure.
I'm not sure about all three, and I don't know if I would always agree with that. We probably don't have that many ace kings in our range. You know, well, I mean we can have some, but we may 4-bet it pre.
Yeah.
So hands that we're going 3 here, we're repping a hand like ace jack, or maybe a set of 7s.
Yep.
You know, like ace queen, do we bet shove? Maybe, but not always, I would say.
I mean, what are you putting, if you're in Eric's shoes, what are you putting Paul on?
I mean, Paul could just have a set of aces here, like, for sure. You can play your hand like this. He can have, like, an ace-4 of hearts or something that 3-bets out the big. Even, like, a hand like ace-queen, we can just check flop. Because when we c-bet, we don't really get any action from that many worse aces or anything. And Paul has correctly called the turn bluff.
And Eric gives up.
Yeah. I think, to be honest, like how both guys played their hand. Don't mind Eric firing too.
And he does take that one down.
Thanks. No, he didn't, but thanks you.
Man. Nice.
Cheers, mate.
Someone else has to pick.
Okay.
Alright.
So guys, our Cash Game Festival regular and all-round gent, Mr. John Kite has just informed us that the table are going to play a show one card, sort of not a strategy, but game insight, I suppose.
I guess it's a game, and the fact that another player has to pick a card makes it a bit more interesting, because you could always show like a weaker card.
Yeah, absolutely. So guys, when hands don't go to showdown, I guess the losing player in the pot gets to pick, or maybe just anybody at the table. Anyway, they will get to pick one card of the person who won the pot. So, you know, that can add an interesting dynamic, especially when people are bluffing. You know, if someone picks a 4 on a King Queen X board, might end up creating some dynamic between the players. Hey, MJeg1410, not gonna lie, that free roll on 32 red has just got me to make an account. Always nice to see good streams bringing value to the viewers.
Oh, it's awesome, Colin. Thanks for that. Wow.
Oh, here we go. All right, Mr. Henry Kilbane, take it away.
So, your man, Vyacheslav, opens from under the gun to 15, fairly standard sizing from him. And Eric getting tricky from +2 with the pocket jacks.
Oh, wow.
Wow. A few pocket pairs floating around there.
4 or 5 of clubs winning this pot, surely.
All day. Paul comes on for the ride in the small blind, and Ronnie defends big blind, and he could be in a world of pain here. And Paul does obviously flop an open-ended straight draw as well. It is the mug's end. Obviously, he wouldn't be too happy if an 8 rolled off. I think either of his opponents in a multi-way pot would be fairly reasonable.
Now, are you c-betting with queens?
No, I'm not.
I like it.
I think I check back queens and then bet turn. Obviously, depending on turn cards. I just feel like this board hits the small blinds and big blinds. Where I'm not saying, obviously, I'm not immediately putting a player on the nuts, but it's a very set-heavy board in terms of pre-flop ranges for what players such as, wow, Eric just folds jacks there.
I like that, by the way.
Yeah, it's a very good fold. And Ronnie now in a bit of a weird spot with the pocket 8s. I don't really like this call from Paul with a player behind.
Now, if we want to talk strat, okay, I hope you don't mind if I interject in this spot. Ronnie's hand actually plays really well here as a check raise. So we're in the big blind, so we have theoretically in a 4-way pot every combination of 9-7, 6-7, 6-9 suited, 5-8 suited, 8-10 suited, Jack-8 of hearts, set of 9, set of 7, set of 6s. So we can literally represent every single 2-pair plus value combination in this spot. And so Vyacheslav raising under the gun, okay, sometimes he's going to flop a set and we may end up looking silly in a spot like this, but he's going to be he's going to have a lot of overpairs that when we check raise here against a small blind flat, it puts them in a really tough spot. And also, Paul has just flatted in the small. On a coordinated board like this, he actually may check raise the flop in the small blind with these combinations.
I prefer him to check raise rather than flat call with a player behind. And he does decide to donk lead river for 100.
Yeah, and like Ronnie has a lock on this hand, we can see, unless he folds. Now Paul, if he's going to lead turn, he may shove this river. I mean, he can shove river to try and get 2 pairs to fold. Or like if Ronnie could have a hand like 10 Jack of diamonds perhaps that elects to call the turn lead, but he might fold the flop with this hand. In any case, I mean, Ronnie should just be all in. It's a pretty easy shove. Hello everybody.
And he does like to shove and pull snap folds. And if they are playing the show 1, regardless of what card is chosen, they're going to see the 8, so...
Sure. Jeffrey, which person do you think should check fold? Are you asking me? Let me know, and then I can try and give you a few more insights. Anyway, what am I looking at? Geomancer, hello, password. Well, buddy, today on 32 Red Poker, we have a €5,000 free roll for you guys. And there is no password, Geomancer, so if you don't have an account on 32 Red, load up the software, load yourself up an account, and there is no password. Boom. Bang in, you're immediately in the 5k free roll, just like that. And then our other partner, Unibet Poker, is also hosting a €2,000 free roll tonight. Do the same thing if you don't have an account yet. Get it done.
Get signed up. Get that free money.
€2k, and Geomancer, you're going to have to wait until the end of this stream for that one. I can't hand out all the little nuggets of love at one time. We have to make you sweat it a little, but I will be handing it out towards the end of the stream, buddy.
And 2 packages up for grabs as well. I just think that's just amazing. It just gives people who are not necessarily rolled to, buy into satellites for like events like these or to fly out to events like these. It gives people the chance to enter a free roll for nothing.
Yep.
Beat like 1,000 opponents, get yourself a package, and we'll see you at the next stop.
I know, right?
It's brilliant, mate. I think it's fantastic.
And also, I absolutely love stories like this. So, for example, recently I did the commentary at the Irish Open.
Yeah.
And there was an awesome story where the guy that finished second in the Irish Open main, he won his seat into the Irish Open through like a series of the step qualifiers.
Yeah, I know.
And so he was in for €1 or for less even, maybe even like a 10-cent free roll, and he laddered all the way up, got second place for around about 180k euros.
Wow, that's life-changing.
Pretty sick stuff.
That's life-changing. And these free rolls are as well, you get yourself a package, you get staked, and in comparison to your bankroll, if you're not rolled for a festival like this, you can turn that stake into like a few thousand,
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's a great bankroll booster. And Espen just running like God.
Premium Espen gets the old runner 2 pair. Now this is a clear bet for Espen, obviously. You probably will like to bet.
I love it.
Love this. This is an example of an experienced cash game player. Recognizes that Vyacheslav, has a pretty weak-ish holding, but he knows that Vyacheslav has some kind of pair, has some showdown. So on this river, when we have an ace, it can be cool to overbet, make it look like you're trying to buy the pot. Also, if Vyacheslav has, a hand, I don't know, an ace 10 or something like this, he's gonna be inclined to call.
Yeah, for sure.
I like the size in Espen.
I like it as well. And it's funny that when he picked the card, he picked the 7 of hearts that Espen had. So
sure.
He might be thinking that Espen got one over on him there.
Yep.
Is Jeffrey trolling me in the chat?
I mean, he's always trolling
he's
someone,
always
that's for
trolling
sure.
someone.
There you go. Fergerberger says that Ferdia was in that tournament for 1 cent, so there you go.
Wow.
And he actually played great. I really enjoyed
Wow.
commentating on that final table.
Did he have any coaching? I mean, did he just boss
You know,
everyone?
we spoke to Ferdia afterwards, and he had, some health issues and stuff over the previous couple of years.
Wow.
So I think he'd, it was some sort of exhaustion condition type thing. He'd been unable to really get out and about and enjoy live poker.
Yeah.
So I think he just had like a free ticket and for fun. Like he still had some good poker experience.
Yeah.
It wasn't like it was his first ever
I know.
tournament or anything like this. And so I was really, really pleased for him actually. And he is on the mend now health-wise. So hopefully
That's
onwards
amazing.
and upwards.
What an amazing story.
Yeah, amazing.
I'm not running that good.
Yeah, classic Espen.
I've never heard him complain though. About a bad beat.
Nah, come on. I mean, Espen's a boss. It's pretty churlish of us to mug him off for a stream and 3 hands of a stream for running pure. Everybody runs pure sometimes, even though we feel like we don't, guys.
If you ask John, he would say he doesn't, that's for sure.
So, Alexei, under the gun +1 with the open. Paul has peeled in the cutoff, I believe.
Fairly standard stuff so far. We are sweating with Paul again.
Quite a standard check on the flop for Alexei. We don't want to bet and get blown off our hand. It's difficult for us to triple barrel or anything with just a 9. It's a pretty standard spot to check call. Does go check check. Now you can play this one of 2 ways. I'm not sure how much I like this bet, to be honest. We're basically trying to fold out
With it.
a 10, and that isn't going to happen. And also our opponent can have, all of the Broadway sort of, he can have a heart in his hand. Now, interesting.
Paul's just getting out of line, betting with 5-3.
A Paul bet. I do apologise. Sorry, I thought that Alexei led. Sorry about that, guys.
Interesting river card. If he's going to bet turn,
He gives up.
Definitely bet river.
Oh no, that's Alexei, right?
Alex
Yeah.
checks. What does Paul do now? If you're going to fire turn, you have to fire river? Or?
That can feasibly be a bad card. I mean, Paul can have some combos of 10 jack, jack 9 that check flop, check turn.
Sure.
Jack 9 suited. I mean, this is going to get through. Super tough here for Alexei to make the call. It would be a massive hero call in this spot. You're essentially only beating the bare ace of hearts, and I don't even think Paul has that in this spot. He's unlikely to call, with ace 8 offsuit, and we can beat that. We can't even beat ace jack, with the ace of hearts. We don't beat any ace 10, an ace 10 that randomly decides to bluff river, an ace queen that might decide to bluff river for whatever reason.
Yeah.
I mean,
I love the fact that he's considering it.
Me too.
He really is running it through his head.
If he calls here, I'll buy him a beer.
It'll be a sick pull, that's for sure. So what's he thinking? He's checked flop, he's checked back turn, he's made the correct turn on the correct call on the turn.
Wow, he's really thinking about it.
It's a tough spot to.
It's if you call there, it's a massive soul read, essentially. So anyway, Unibet, love Unibet. Hello guys, hello everybody, loving you guys. As always, people in the chat, please give us your questions. Let us know what you're up to tonight. Let us know if you're winning in the free roll. Talk to us about poker, about life, about love. What else can we talk about?
Everything and anything. We're open to anything, guys. Just not push-up prop bets, because this man right here can only do 5.
500, mate. It's like the guy in Anchorman when he's doing the when Ron Burgundy's doing the push-ups and he sees the women coming.
Yeah,
he sees the hot lady, and then he's like, oh, 900, 999. Oh, and he's like, it's the deep burn.
Yes, it's one of my favourite films.
Anchorman impressions, guys. That's what you tune in for here at the Cash Game Festival. Roseboom, we already discussed this. Why do I have such poor technical skills? Because I'm an old man. Old men notoriously struggle with technology. It's fine, I've accepted it. It's time that you accepted it too.
Just because you can't use Twitch doesn't mean you don't understand technology. Will Warris said he's lonely, so...
I'm so lonely. Because he's on the pike of his powers. Wow.
That's right, buddy. Get involved in the chat. We'll have a chat with you.
Yeah, we'll have a chat, buddy. Yeah.
The fear.
Readings.
Old man.
Anyway, right, into the action. That's enough of man nonsense for the time being. Now, interesting hand selection here from Espen. Quite surprised to see him 3-bet with the offsuit ace-9. You know, that's towards the bottom of our 3-bet bluff range. Don't absolutely hate it. Now, Eric, what? Oh, is he going for the cold 4-ball? No, he is not. Oh, he is. I love it. Guys, I'm loving the action at this table already. I like how Eric's playing, actually. Like, his king-queen double barrel, okay, it didn't work on the ace-7 deuce against the queens.
Understand it, yeah.
Sure. Now, he's making it 105 euros.
Espen's been put in the bin.
I'm not sure why. I think this could be a graphic mistake. Perhaps it was... Here we go. I mean, sorry, guys, this is a bit of a glitch. It looks like Paul 3-bet. Okay, Espen's not even in the hand. I see.
Right.
So we have a raise to 15 and a call, and then a squeeze to 105. I'm not sure if that's accurate either. Anyway, he is in the tank, Alexei. He is calling at least.
Yeah, I mean, John's never 3-betting, right?
Not really, nah, not with
raise.
this. He should actually fold pre here. Ah, look, Paul.
Right.
Paul has the ace king. Sorry, guys, we're having some glitches here for absolute sure. So Eric's
squeezed from the big blind, and I'm going to assume that Paul 4-bet jam.
I think so. There we go.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Now we got there, guys. We got there in the end. So we had an under the gun open. We had a peel from John. Paul just peeled with his king behind.
I think Paul 3-bet, and then Eric.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Guys,
anyway,
technical issues, right?
Paul won the hand.
Yes.
Paul jammed. That's what we know. He had the ace and the king. He said, you know what? Let's go. I'm all in.
Absolutely.
Just stuck it in his eye.
Hey, our guy, Irish in Spain. How you doing? Yep, we are good. Yeah, Road's been technical issues, but it wasn't mine for once.
Weren't you banning people in the chat yesterday?
Exactly. I know how to ban you all. I've got the power. Don't mess with me.
The fear.
Don't mess with me.
Ban.
I know. So tonight also we have the Cash Game Festival Players Party. That's why I've decided to put on a shirt. Henry's still being a slob, just wearing a t-shirt. What can you do? You know, there's no helping some people.
CK, mate, come on.
So 2009. Anyway, get Fruit of the Loom on there and we'll talk. So Vyacheslav, raising from the cutoff to 25.
Not a fan of this from the small blind. I think we spoke about sports like this yesterday in the 5-10 game where you've got good players behind you and you'd rather turn like a hand like this into a bluff with the 3-bet.
I mean, if I'm going to peel, this is certainly unorthodox. I mean, and it's not going to work. Vyacheslav must at least call. You know, when people donk lead into you like this,
Yeah.
typically people are not balanced here. I mean, they should be if they're playing well. You know, if you're going to just stab here with like a hand like king queen off with no heart, or if you're just going to stab with like flush draws or with, I don't know, 6s or 7s or something like that. If you're going to lead with those hands, you need to lead with some sets. So you need to, you know, donk lead with a top set of 9s.
Fair enough.
And people just don't, right?
Yeah,
like you just
they
don't
keep it balanced.
You don't see it happen very often.
I don't like this check back either. Like, you know,
I think it's okay. He can check back turn and then bet small on some rivers.
Okay.
You know, feasibly here, Eric is going to, you know, value bet on the river here with pretty much all of his value range. And if Eric has given up and checks, Vyacheslav can actually just bet really small. You can bet like third pot and just represent a thin value bet. You know, well, not even a thin value bet. Represent that you're value betting a 9, something like this.
Does he ever check back any overpairs on the turn?
Probably not. And that is true.
This is just my thought process. It's definitely not.
I would still, you know,
standard.
I don't mind the check back and then bet small river. There's a couple of ways you can play it. If we're going to bet the turn, we're going to have to unload the clip on the river.
It does go for just over half pot as well. This line just in my head doesn't make any sense. Like, I'm calling all of my overpairs on the flop for sure. I'm calling all of my 9s on the flop for sure.
Sure.
There's no need to inflate the pot, especially when Eric's called from the small blind. He has all the 4s, all the 3s, all the 9s. You know. But then when Eric checks turn, what value hands are we checking river with? And Eric's sniffing this out, and he calls with the king high like an absolute boss. That's impressive.
That is a great call. I mean, he's going to be aware that Vyacheslav, if Vyacheslav has a hand like ace queen or something, he should just check it back with showdown.
Exactly.
So when he bets, I mean,
it just doesn't make any sense in my mind, unless you just sat there with pocket nines and you just want to check back turn. But.
Sure. I think I would probably raise the flop, by the way, in Vyacheslav's spot.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, I'd rather.
We have a gut shot, backdoor spades.
We have all the overpairs as well.
Sure.
I would like to see him to raise, especially when he donk leads as well. But anyway, impressive call.
Hey, Tristu5, gotta give a shout out to my boy, Mr. Tristan Kitchen in the mix. Hey TK, how we doing? He says, totally told, treat of a lad. That's some old school banter from Scotland. We won't go into the details. Hey, Jugando Poker has hosted you with one viewer. Thank you very much. Much love. Yeah, very nice call from Eric with the king queen. Already showing that he's got some game. He went for the double barrel with the king queen on the ace high board.
It's a weird one.
It's a strange
because
flop lead.
Doesn't he float with all of his ace 10, ace jack, ace queen, ace king combos as well, all of his ace 5 combos? So you're calling there with king high.
Yeah, but Vyacheslav should be able to check down all of his aces that aren't ace 5 or ace 4.
Yeah.
Right? Like ace 5 is going to bet for value with the wheel. Ace 4 is going to bet the turn also. Like ace 4 when it makes trips, it's going to bet the turn.
And ace king, ace queen are checking back river.
I mean, they should be.
Fair enough.
I mean, we don't fold out a better hand. The 9 isn't going to fold river, so.
Vyacheslav getting really out of line.
Yeah, he really is. He's probably tilted, right, from that last pot.
Yeah, I mean, if someone calls you down with king high,
Certainly reasonable. Now, he's going to c-bet, I believe. Eric is definitely not going to fold on the button. Eric will simply call here. Very trivial flat call.
John hates folding pairs as well.
Yeah, I mean, if John overcalls here, it's just really bad, and I really hope he doesn't. Good man, good fold. So Vyacheslav looking for a 5 for a very disguised wheel.
Wow, John.
Oh dear. And the turn is a 4. Now Vyacheslav is eager. He's
going to get out.
Going for the clip. Now if we bet turn though, we must bet river here because you don't get any ace to fold this turn. So basically when we barrel here, we're targeting a king X to get to fold. I mean, Eric's going to call again here, I believe.
I think he needs to go bigger as well, personally. He's bet 50 into 90.
I actually think this is okay. Like, if we think from a theoretical perspective, any ace we have now chops with the other aces. So we can just bet, like, a size in where we can get a king to call the turn.
Yeah.
Like, thinking about if we had ace-queen in our hand here. You wouldn't just automatically bet, like, 120 or... pot or anything to spot. Now on the river though, we need to go big. This is the spot where if we're going to empty the clip, honestly we need to go close to pot. I mean, fair play to him, he's emptied the clip here.
125 into 197 by the looks of it.
Now this actually puts Eric in a really tough spot. Does he think that Vyacheslav, even though Vyacheslav made this bluff with the 7-5 of spades, it's difficult to go 3.
Just going for it.
Just going 3, and he did c-bet into 2 players.
Yeah.
I'm admiring the heart here from Vyacheslav. I kind of hope it gets through. Don't get me wrong, I hate the hand selection pre, and it's pretty optimistic, but it could get through. It seems plausible that for sure we can go 3 with every ace. Very easily, because even if we have a hand like ace-5 suited, we can go 3 now, because we chop with ace-queen, ace-jack, ace-10, ace-9, because of the paired board.
It's a weird one, like you're specifically targeting a king, like you said, like you have to put your opponent on a king here. And the reason I would like to size up turns slightly is just so I could size up river. To have like a 1.2 stack to pot ratio or something where I can just kind of like just jam and just really put Eric.
The thing is, in this spot though, we are targeting a king to fold, right? Like an ace should be almost never fold river.
Yeah.
To be honest, okay, we could jam an ace in our hand to get our opponent off a chop.
For sure.
So, personally, I like Vyacheslav's turn size because we keep a king in. If you go way too big on the turn, it's not really a spot that we need to shove river, I don't think, because we can just bet 3 streets with an ace comfortably. I think the sizings are actually pretty good here.
Just stared down at his chips.
You know, like 60% he's bet on the river. That's feasible that you would do this with an ace, for sure.
For sure.
Eric, you know he wants to hero call this, but...
He's already hero called with the King Queen.
Oh!
Vyacheslav going to be hating.
It looks like... Oh, I mean, if Vyacheslav gets called here, get ready for a blow-up. He's not... Is he going to... He's been in the tank for a while, guys. One of the longest tanks we've seen on Cash Game Festival.
He called with the King high and he's put his chips back into his stack.
I think he's going to fold. Yeah, once they go back in the stack. He may have been looking for a read. Yeah, he's folding here. I've decided. He doesn't believe him, though. Can he find the call? Vyacheslav. Well played.
Wow, yes, I went through.
Nice hand. Now, Roseboom is constantly trolling me and putting password question mark repeatedly in the chat. Unsurprising times. Anyway, yes, guys, our free roll this evening on 32 Red Poker, €5,000 free roll. There is no password. There is no password, Chrysidis. So, log on to 32 Red Poker. If you don't have an account yet, get one created. And you will find the €5,000 free roll there, and there is no password. So you can immediately register it. And then also coming up later, our other partner, one of our other partners, excuse me, the Unibet Poker are hosting a €2,000 free roll, and the password for that one will be released towards the end of this stream, so in around about an hour and a half's time. Roseboom, some troll.
What was you saying? What's the password for the free roll, Crash?
Anyway, on we go. Now Ronnie getting out of line, under the gun 1 with the 8-5 of hearts. Not a fan of this open.
Fairly standard stuff from Vyacheslav, coming on for the ride with the King 10 of hearts from +2, and Alexei has elected to 3-bet with King Queen of clubs. This is a really interesting hand selection to 3-bet with. Do you feel that this hand plays really well?
Yeah.
Post-form, and there's no need to 3-bet it, or do you sometimes mix it in with it?
Well, I mean, we've already seen that Vyacheslav is playing lots of hands. I actually like this a lot. You know, just because people say that offsuit combos are better for 3-bets,
yeah,
it doesn't mean that you should never squeeze like the suited combos. They can still play very well. We're in position against a player that we maybe presume is tilting a little bit,
yeah,
and is, you know, playing too many hands.
for sure.
He's already showed down the 7-5 suited, you know, which, you know, he can for sure have all the hands that we dominate, which, as we can see here, we do. So Alexei in a great spot here, going to the flop. If it comes king high here, then
Showers.
probably going to double.
Showers.
Wow, it's all going in, guys.
Wow.
Well, maybe not. Vyacheslav can possibly get away, but pretty trivial spot for Alexei to bet flop and shove turn here on every turn, basically.
Yeah, 1-5-2 in the pot already. What sizing would you like to see here from him?
So this is a spot where we want to look at our stack size and then think about what we can bet to have a roundabout pot to shove turn. Half pot here is good. If we bet 75, see, this is a bit big because if Vyacheslav calls, the pot's going to be 370. Yeah. We're only going to have 260 behind, which is around about 2/3 pot. Yeah, I mean, we're snap calling.
Puts him in, and
wow, does Vyacheslav hold here? Oh, unbelievable. Okay, they're running it twice. Lots of chops here, yeah. They're going to chop it up, guys. I thought they were running it once there for a second.
Vyacheslav just snap jams, you know, and Alexei hasn't gone out of line so far tonight. It's an interesting jam.
Chrysidis, I've already told you, my friend, there is no password to the 32 red free roll, the 5,000 free roll. No password, you can just register. Okay? Don't worry, you're letting the other guys in the chat bully you. It's all good. There's no password for the first free roll, and the password for the Unibet free roll I will give later. So chill, everything's all good. The guys are smashing him.
Respect.
Be nice, Roseboom. Be nice to Chrysidis. So anyway, guys, they are going to chop up the pot of €908. I'm not going to lie, this might be the greatest screen name ever. Fuck, Mini Baby Bell has followed.
Oh, mate, what's wrong with Mini Baby Bells?
They're horrible, I'm on board.
No way.
Mini Baby Bell hater, I love you. They're like rubber.
Mate.
You're such a child,
you need to
unbelievable.
sort your life out, mate.
Amazing
You
times.
don't like cheese wrapped up for you. You know,
Oh
you
my
just
goodness,
tuck
right.
into-
Okay, guys, let me make this clear.
Mate, you're getting trolled hard.
They're asking if the password is actually typing in no password.
You're getting
Guys,
trolled.
there is no need to enter a password. You just click register, okay? So don't worry about it asking you for one. It will not ask you for a password. You just click register on 32 Red Poker and have a chance to win 5,000 euros. I can't ask anymore. I can't do it. Anyway,
Let's give it 20 minutes break talking about passwords. We'll come back.
the
to
guys are
passwords.
killing me, guys.
Only Unibet has a password. We'll be giving
Rosebit,
that out
right.
in an hour and a half.
Rosebeam is absolutely killing me. Psychasm says this is Darwinism at its finest. It really is. It really is.
That's quality.
That is good times. As always, guys, we do absolutely love you. Great banter in the chat as always. If I could work this keyboard, I could put in a love heart, but I don't know how.
Just click. Here, click
Hey, there
here.
he is, the man himself.
Click there.
Frankia is in the house. Frankia, come and say hello.
Hello.
Give the guys how's the week gone? Give us a little rundown.
Fantastic. I mean, it has been epic poker. Yesterday we had a quite decent run of Sweden special.
Sure.
My favorite game.
Did you win?
Actually, I won money. First
you
time
alright?
ever. First time ever
Come
in
on,
poker
then.
history. We've had some epic TV tables, some good leaders in the ship race.
Yep.
Our, most big blind winners. And sadly, I have lost in the TV table. But Sunday, then I will win.
Oh yeah, you're playing
yeah,
Sunday.
yeah, yeah.
When,
You
when,
won-
when do you play? The evening or the afternoon?
the evening.
That's how you won it last time, right?
Exactly.
I might
There
play.
you go.
You need to get me at the
So
table.
no drinking tonight. Make sure you play it. There we go.
All right, guys, that is the absolute legend himself, Frankia, in the house.
Just there. If you click on that.
Oh,
No, with the.
I'm trolling. Hey, come on, you take
I will.
this.
I will. Just not that one. The next one. There you go. Oh, and then you can just search for anything. There you go. And that's fairly well. John just getting well out of line there. Opening from the card from Jack 4 of suit. It does get through.
It's only given me a tear.
Just click on all.
I did.
Get rid of love.
Oh,
There we
how
go.
exciting.
There's the purple
All
heart.
right. Hey. Hey guys, I did it.
Round of applause, guys, in the chat. Round of applause for Andy. He typed 2 hearts in.
Brilliant. Right, anyway. Alchemasaurus has followed. Thank you so much. Manny122 also with the follow.
What up,
Thank
what up,
you
what
very
up?
much, guys. Good times. What a time to be alive. So, guys, day 4.
Day 4, man.
Day 4. It's gone insanely quickly, guys.
I'm like buzzing that we're still going so strong, but at the same time, I'm like sad that like we've only got 3 streams left.
You
But,
gotta
hey,
just enjoy it, don't
You
you?
have to. You just have to go with it, and it's been an amazing festival.
So, Espen in the cutoff with the King Jack of Diamonds. Lovely little hand to open. Vyacheslav should defend this hand in the big blind. It'll be very standard. 8-9 is a defend in my eyes. Looks like he's going to call.
we've seen that he doesn't mind taking it to the streets as well, for sure.
Sure. Now, Vyacheslav will check. Espen can go one or two of 2 ways here. We can check back flop and elect to, play some later streets. He's going to go for the small bet. Now, this is really, really getting out of line from Vyacheslav. He's looking for some backdoors so he can bluff, I'm sure. Now, if he's going to bluff this hand, this pot, this is the turn that you can do it on. I wouldn't mind seeing a lead here, but he is going to check. I mean, I would just check full flop with 8-9. We don't have a club.
Sure.
It's not a great combo to bluff with. I'm not really sure about it. I mean, Espen's probably, he's going for
This got to be
value.
a value bet here, right?
He's going for value
Targeting
against 10s.
5s, yeah.
What is Vyacheslav doing here?
And if it breaks now, he just, what is he going to
I mean, if this comes an offsuit queen, okay, it's 4 flush board. Now, Vyacheslav must bet now. Like, he absolutely has to bet if he is going to take this line.
I don't know.
He has to bet. I mean, if he check calls here, and then checks river, yes, I like it. Fair play to him. If you're going to float randomly from the big blind, out of position, with the 8-9 off, and you get this run out, at least he's bet it.
I want whatever John's having. John, what are you having?
That's potato salad for sure. Yeah.
I want one. You want to announce something?
Yes. Okay, we have a new rule in the game.
Yeah?
Very funny. That fucks up the game. But okay.
Go on then.
Yeah, we're playing.
Hurry up, John.
Suspense.
You've had enough
Right.
TV time, John.
Come on.
Jesus.
We're playing the Do 7 game.
Right.
Okay.
So
Right, that's all I need to
whoever
know.
wins
That's all I
the Do
need.
7 have to
How much is up for grabs?
just €5 from each.
Right, okay. So
But,
there's an additional €35 on the line for getting a bluff rate with
Yes.
Do 7.
And I actually thought one guy had Do 7. They never do. It's so annoying.
Right. And Espen here, in a world of pain, he's probably thinking,
Now, guys,
what clubs does Vyacheslav feel comfortable enough to bet with? Does he just flop
I
with
mean-
the random king of clubs?
I mean, he can have all of the king queen with a club, king jack with a club, queen jack with a club. You know, he certainly does have them all. Espen doesn't believe.
Nice.
Good call.
Nice.
Espen showing his class, picks off that bluff.
See, guys, he doesn't just get premium
Yeah.
hands.
Nice
he
hands.
sniffs out bluffs as well.
Nice hand, Espen.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
So, guys, as usual, John, you know, trying to get his fame on the
5 seconds
stream.
of fame with
Unbelievable, coming over during the stream. Come on, John, that's plenty.
5 seconds of
You're
fame.
already on the TV, mate. You don't need to come into the booth. I'll enjoy to troll John anyway. It's
You
fine.
know we're gonna get texts at like 5 in the morning, like,
Sure.
oh, what are you saying that for?
Yep. Brick T63 has followed. Thank you very much, my friend. Thank you for the join. And yeah, guys, as always, please check out our Facebook and Twitter pages. You can find us at Cash Game Festival for all of your CGF info and needs.
And
So-
you also know how to send out tweets now as well, don't you?
Maybe. Click a
Maybe.
button.
Click a button.
Yeah.
Where are we going to stay in Bulgaria? Probably just going to rent out an apartment for the entire summer again, like last year. They're just so cheap, Jeffrey. I rented out an apartment for €200 for the month last summer.
Oh no.
So,
How did
oh
I-
my
how did I
god.
delete it?
Oh my god.
It doesn't matter anyway. It doesn't matter anyway.
Oh man. I think you click there. Oh no, that's banning the Nightbot.
It doesn't even matter, mate. Right, anyway, carry on.
Yeah, so smoke-free area. You can have a smoke-free area, Jeffrey. The apartment I had a balcony. It was like an enclosed complex, so there was like a swimming pool, a spa, like a sauna and everything.
Nice.
Like a washroom. Just like 5 minutes walk from the casino. So, like in terms of bankroll management, we'll just jump back into the action though because Paul has waken up with
The Butchers.
the King Kong.
Yeah, they're playing the 7-2 game, and look,
yeah,
he's got it.
Wow. I wonder if that's in play this hand.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it will be yet. It might be right if he's calling with that. He's not that much of a punter. I think it's in play, guys. So, guys, we think they're playing the 7 deuce game.
Game. Swap a pair as well.
So, if you can win the pot without showing your cards with 7 deuce, then you win.
Or winning a showdown with 7 deuce.
Is that right? Okay.
Yeah, 100%.
So, what was it? €5 from each player?
€5 from each player, and I wonder if he'll turn his hand into a bluff it.
I think he'll just call. He's in position. We don't really need to turn our hand into a bluff just yet. We can have the best hand here for sure.
This is.
Can he get there?
Oh my god! Wow!
Wow. Unbelievable.
Wow! What does Paul do here?
I mean, I would just bet for value against Vyacheslav. I don't expect. We already saw him do some weird floaty stuff.
Yeah.
He's going to call us with every 10 and every 5, I think.
I really want to know
Wow.
if the 7 deuce game is in play in this particular hand.
Incredible scenes
Does
here.
he raise here? That's the question. He's got 4
with
4.
with his image, he certainly could. Oh, it's so. I mean, Paul isn't getting away from this. I just don't believe that he will. He's never folding turn.
Do you flat with the kings? Or
Sure.
do you put him in?
No, flat all day.
Flat.
Flat to keep in the bluffs. We've already seen him do something crazy with
For
8-9.
For sure.
We typically here we just flat and then we check call off. We might be able to fold on like a spade river, but we do have the king of spades blocker. I mean, this is just a cooler, like in a nonsense spot. But we should just call, keeping the bluffs. I expect Paul to call. He does.
Any kings in this deck, dealer?
Nope. And the river is essentially a good river in Paul's eyes. He's not going to think Vyacheslav has any pocket queens based on the pre-flop action.
Sure, and
I think he may have led. Yeah, he just jams. What is Vyacheslav tanking? Okay, he called quickly. By the way, for what it's worth, I really don't like this river jam from Paul.
because you're not giving him the opportunity to bluff.
To bluff. All of his bluffs, like, you know, like Jack 9 of spades or a hand like this,
Yeah.
Ace 3 of spades that floats flop and decides to raise turn. You need to let these hands shove river.
Yeah, I
You know,
completely agree.
You're best to just check call it off here.
And you're putting a 10 in a world of pain, right? If your opponent's got like ace 10 and you jam river, you just giving him the chance to fold.
If you think your opponent has specifically ace 10, then shoving's good because they're going to check back.
Okay.
You know, but we've already seen Vyacheslav doing some funky floaty stuff. I'm just going to quickly check river here and just allow my opponent to bluff it off.
Yeah.
He's not going to fold the deuce, so jamming doesn't really achieve anything. We fold out all the worst bluffy hands. And as you say, we might even make some hands like ace 10. If we think he has this hand, then shoving's okay. Anyway.
So I'm going to assume that the 7 deuce game is being introduced now after they've seen Vyacheslav table.
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
That would make sense. I've had that before.
Certainly
where someone's
does.
like shown 7 deuce and then they've decided to go with it. I'm bringing it into the game. Chat is getting crazy.
It is indeed, man. The chat is going nuts. Good to see you all as always. Mini Baby Bell is saying that the real dreamboat on Unibet is Lappin. Kind of got to agree. Enough of your Estonian Jesuses and your Espens.
Lappin's got everything.
Team
there.
Lappin.
He's got the beard.
He's got the beard,
He's got
mate.
the
Love
hairstyle.
it. He's got the banter.
He's got the banner and he's got the accent as well. It's brilliant. I love
Yeah.
him. I do love him. He's a top bloke.
He's basically me, but not quite as awesome. I'm only kidding. I love Lappin. Absolute boss.
He was streaming last night, I think. It was,
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's doing well recently.
And they're saying good luck to Irish to Spain in the Unibet Open in Malta.
Let's get it done, boys.
I will play I will be playing the main event there also. So excited to see if we can make a run. Now, Estonian Jesus has woken up with the ladies on the button. Expect him to 3-bet here, excuse me. Probably somewhere in the realms of 40 to 50 euros, which he does. When we're in position, we could typically go smaller. I would go a little bit bigger than this. Although Paul could be tilting after this, after the king's hand.
Yeah.
He is going to peel. I think for this price, it's okay. Anyway, we are heads up.
10 high and,
Yeah, could be in some trouble. Very good flop for the Estonian Jesus. Now he will see bet for absolute sure in this spot. We want to get value from our queens, a little bit of protection. Very good card for us to have is the Queen of Hearts.
you sizing down here, like 35?
Yeah.
I think so. He's gone even smaller.
It's good. 1/3 pot is
Nice sizing.
pretty typical in these spots. Now, I don't know about this from Paul. Okay, ace high can be good, but we are out of position. We don't have a heart. We're going to get barreled off.
For sure.
You know, even like bluffs can barrel us off here. Queen Jack of Spades or something like this here can just take off and bet turn. Now, Jesus needs to bet the turn here. Checking turn would be a mistake. Our opponent shouldn't have too many 6x in their range. I don't like this check. I'm just going to bet. Okay, I mean, you can check and then try and get value on the river or whatever. I mean, Paul now, if he bets, is turning his ace 10 into a bluff, trying to get a hand like ace king or ace queen to fold out, basically. I would just bet turn if I'm Jesus, just purely for value. And we should go for river value here.
For sure, 100%. And obviously, I can't talk about going for value on rivers because I check back sets, but I kind of understand the check on the turn for me. He wants to keep all of Paul's floats in and hope that he turns them into a bluff and make it look like he's given up on the turn. But let's speak from a theoretical standpoint. What hands does Estonian Jesus bet flop, check turn, and bet river with? That's a bluff. You know, he just doesn't have any.
Sure. Now, everyone's giving me this Brian Paris banner. Even Poker Braz is getting in on the act now. Says he's unfollowed Brian. He's not impressed, and he's not impressed with this absurd Scottish accent that I'm putting on.
Paul.
I like this call from Paul. Yeesh. Yeesh, Paul. I mean, Jesus can be bluffing with like ace jack here, right? Like, it's not impossible. I'm not a big fan of this line. Maybe Paul's head in a little bit of a mush after the king's hand that was cracked by the 7 deuce of Vyacheslav.
I think also Stony Jesus, you know, his PFR has been close to 0%. Pre-flop, his VPRP has been close to 0% as well. I think that's his first 3 bet of the night. Understandably, like, it's a short sample, and you spoke to me about this yesterday, that over such a short hand sample you can't be taking much of that into consideration.
Sure.
But still, in terms of table image, he's definitely been on the tighter side in terms of getting involved and getting out of line.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, Paul there with the ace-10 off, maybe we could just let that hand go pre-even.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
Just let the head, you know, settle down after the kings was cracked.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
I completely agree, and I don't know how you're keeping up with the chat.
I know, it's difficult. I'm just saying, awesome. Mini Babybell says that they heard about the Cash Game Festival on this week's episode of the Chip Race, which is, of course, Dara and David's podcast.
I know.
Yeah.
So
So,
Donna was telling me yesterday to
Thanks
check
to
it
them.
out. I haven't had the chance to listen to it yet, but as soon as I get back and I have a day off,
sure.
I'll definitely tune in and listen to it.
Awesome.
It's a great podcast to have in the background as well, to just like whilst you're grinding, just to listen to.
Sure.
Yeah, it's so informative and it's good banter as well.
The Chip Race, an amazing podcast. Big fan. Also had the privilege of spending a bunch of time with Dara and with David in Dublin when I was doing the commentary there.
Yeah.
Amazing guys, great analysis from both of them. I had them both in the booth with me for a short time.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. It was interesting to see who talks more though, me or Lappin. It's pretty close run thing.
I don't know, Lappin, when I had a drink with him and he had his listening face on, you know.
He loves it in the booth though. He comes alive. It's like me.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Shy and
makes sense.
retiring, you know,
Yeah.
off the table. Off this camera, sorry.
Yeah, really?
Of course. You know me, I'm very, very quiet.
You are, mate. You are. You definitely don't talk over people, let's put it that way.
Sometimes I do. You have to slap me, just like hit my knee under the thing, you know.
Okay.
You know what? Speaking of talking over people, I'm going to go and get a refreshment. So, carry on, son.
Thanks, buddy. Are you getting,
Yeah, what do you want to have?
like, I'll give you my card.
Yes, I am.
An alcoholic drink? I'll just have a cider, please, mate.
Sure.
Yeah, 1 second, buddy. Have you got free drinks in there? I've got 2, yeah. Free drinks, guys. Free drinks. Courtesy of the Olympic Casino. Right, guys, I haven't really been able to keep up with the chat. So, if anyone wants to rinse me about my 6-6 hand yesterday, please, now is your chance. Because Andrew is currently in charge of the chat. We have the laptop placed over to like this side here, so it's really like hard for me to keep up with what's going on in the chat and watch the action. But I spoke to Andrew afterwards, and we basically like acknowledged that my thought process through the hand was I wanted to check back flop because I felt like my opponent had so many ace-x, like ace-10, king-queen, ace-queen, ace-king type hands in his range that he just checks back flop with on such a coordinated board. I certainly didn't expect him to check back with Jack-10. Had I known, obviously, I'm kind of gutted that I didn't bet flop, bet turn and jam river. But in hindsight, you know, hindsight's a beautiful thing. Andy didn't ridicule me too much about the check back on the river, and neither did Geordie, so I'm kind of glad that two like accomplished players like that, you know, agree with the check back on the river. He does have a lot of eights in his range that he calls turn with and checks flop with, so anyway, bad play on my part, but hey, at least I got the 6-5 of diamonds bluff through in a 4-way pot. So I kind of redeemed myself there. And I was the overall winner of the table, so you guys can get wrecked. Bet fold river. I understand what you're saying, Roseman, but why do I put myself in a cage? You know, I had 280 behind, there was 105 in the pot. Say I bet 80 or so, 75, 80 into 105. So basically putting in a third of my stack, and then my opponent jams river. I'm just putting myself in a world of pain, and I don't think he has many. I didn't put him on a jack personally. I don't think he has many 10x combos that call. He definitely doesn't have any 9x combos that he checks flop, check, calls turn with, that he pays a bet of 90 or 80 on the river. I'm ruling out all over pairs. I think he has some offsuit king queens that he just checks flop with, check calls turn with 2 overs in a gut shot. So I don't know, I didn't really want to put myself in a cage where, you know, I bet like a third of my stack and then I have to fold to a shove. That was my logic anyway. But Booze Ruju, why does Maxime not iron his t-shirt? Great.
Fold.
Mini Babybel, you wrote a great blog recently, Henry. Tell everyone here where they can read it. Oh, thanks. Massive shout out to Mini Babybel. I'm glad you enjoyed it. It is on livereadsdon'texist.com. So for those of you who haven't read it, oh, cheers, buddy. Haven't had the chance to check it out. No worries, bud. It is on livereadsdon'texist.com, and I will be releasing the second episode when I return from Tallinn. I have to just, whilst I'm on air, give a massive shout out to David and Dara for the inspiration, who I had the chance to meet at the Cash Game Festival in Bratislava. I sat down with them, they were telling me about their podcast, they're both telling me about their blogging and how it kind of like motivates them to stay on top of their game, and also just having somewhere to write down what you're doing and share your experiences with people. It's really rewarding. Like, I've really enjoyed doing it, and it's definitely something that I want to keep doing in the future. So I'm really glad you enjoyed it, Mini Babybel. Thanks for the shout out. And yeah, saying it's a must read. Cheers, buddy. Cheat Yard Pants, fuck say, dude. Tell us the password. Wow. Jeffrey, do you want to get any bands in there? Carl Parrish in the building. Hey guys, just got in. Who's bullying this table so far? We've seen some really good calls. We've seen some really good floats that have been turned into bluffs.
Henry, get that.
Yeah, Jesus has opened from under the gun +2. John's 3-bet buy with 10-9 offsuit to 40. Dumpster 3-bet. I don't like this 3-bet from John. Espin 4-bet has now cold 4-bet out of the small blind to 135.
I love that.
I do love this, especially like the hand selection as well. And Jesus now in a really tough spot. He obviously is very close to Espin. They played thousands and thousands and thousands of hours together. He will know that Espin is certainly capable of cold 4-betting with a worse hand. Jesus with what, 200 and 100 big blinds even?
Now don't peel.
He can't peel here. He really can't peel here.
I'm loving that play, by the way. Now guys, this is an example of really, really high level poker thinking. So, put yourself in the minds of the players, okay? For anybody who wants to play cash, wants to play sort of against accomplished poker players, this is the classic type of spot that in modern poker is starting to come up. Okay, so Jesus opens under the gun 2. John on the button, a very aggressive player, as we know.
For sure.
Super capable of having a light 3-bet range on the button. Makes a lot of sense.
Wow,
now,
look at that.
That's
class.
Espin can't do anything here. I mean,
That's class.
But Espin's play, cold 4 in here, I think it is excellent. You know, he knows how aggressive John is. He has a hand like Ace-Jack of clubs that we can't really just peel. It's one of these hands, you know, even though it's Ace-Jack suited and we would like to see a flop, in this spot, you can certainly select it as a spot to cold 4-bet fold. And now Jesus knows, this is the point, Jesus knows that Espin knows that John is capable of being light.
For sure.
So from this, by extension, Jesus knows that Espin can be light with the cold 4. So when we have a hand like Ace-Queen off, that, you know, if I guarantee you there that if Jesus is playing against 2 unknowns, he's folded there before, he just insta-folds to the cold 4.
Sure.
But he knows very well that Espin is more than capable there of cold 4 in a bluff range.
Yeah.
And when you actually think about it, Espin's cold 4-bet get it in range there for 120 to 150 big blinds. It's so narrow. It's queens, kings, aces, maybe jacks.
2 of them as well.
Exactly.
I think it's brilliant. That's one of my favourite hands that I've seen so far.
Absolutely.
Just from like a high level of poker standpoint,
Sure.
seeing 3 really well accomplished players, you know, bring that leveling aspect into
I feel
it.
like
he knows that I know that he knows that I've got this and he's got that. That was amazing.
I kind of feel like everybody played their hand well there, and it's quite rare that you can say that about poker, you know. And also, just a little side note, I kind of like that Jesus just made it 250.
Yeah.
So, like, he isn't going to fold there
cool.
if Espen shoves.
Cool.
He isn't going to fold. Like, he's got half his stack in. But when you shove in a spot like this, Espen can just be like, I've got tens, I've got jacks, all right, I'm just going to call it off. There's actually a possibility that you can make Espen fold tens and jacks by clicking it here. Anyway, very well played hand.
Jesus
Super
gets the
enjoyable.
7 deuce through as well, so he's going to be getting 35 euros off every other player. Opens under the gun +1. So not only does he scoop a profit of 37 euros, he gets 5 euros from all the other players as
Love
well.
and life, love and life.
That's how it's done. Right, if I jump out of the booth for 5 minutes,
Please
buddy,
do, please do.
Leave it in your capable hands.
Absolutely. Hanson, that I will be releasing the Unibet password in about an hour's time, my friend. And so tonight, guys, I want someone in this chat to win one of the free rolls. That is your challenge. Hey, you know what? Let's make it juicier. Why not? I feel like making it juicier. If you win, here we go. If you win the 32 red poker free roll, I will give you 50 euros of my own money. All right? I will give you 50 euros. So that is all the motivation you should need. You would win a package. You would get an extra 50 euros of my money. You would make me suffer. Jeffrey's loving it. Jeffrey's already celebrating, thinking I must win this free roll. Here we go. Anyway, on we go, guys. Tussengas43 has followed. Ira89 has followed. Thank you very much, everyone. I'm gonna make you suffer. Come on, book the win. Do it, buddy. You know what? I say I'll make myself suffer. I don't even care. I would love it. If one of you guys, one of our loyal viewers, wins that free roll, I will actually happily hand over 50 euros. Be loving it. Best of luck, guys. Somebody take it down, please. So Ronnie there, 3-betting the queens. Nothing much to speak of. Paul having to release the 9 deuce of clubs. Jeffrey, Andy, what do you think is worse, live poker or $4 or $5 180-man reg speeds? Well, what do you mean? Oh, right, and what, in terms of how slow people are? Live poker by a mile, mate. Live poker can be the most tilting experience in the world when everyone's gone slow. So, back into the action we go, everybody. Eric under the gun should be a mandatory fold. Round to Espen, easy release with the 4 high. Now Ronnie on the button, Queen 5 off. We should be opening wide from the button. Queen 5 is starting to push the boundaries, but he is going to go for it. Vyacheslav. Shoney likes to gamble, easy fold. Now Jesus, very simple defend here with the ace-8 of diamonds. I expect to see him just call, which he does. Very easy stuff so far. Now the flop comes 6, 7, 8 with 2 hearts. Interesting flop, top pair for Jesus with the best kicker. Ronnie with the open-ended straight draw. Goes check, check. And there we go, just like that, Ronnie makes the 8 high straight. Now this is interesting. Jesus is going to think he has the best hand here a lot. I would expect him to lead here a decent amount of the time. I think he may just lead small for protection, in his eyes for protection, but as we can see, he is already drawing dead. So Ronnie will call, I would imagine. No real reason for him to raise yet. There are some bigger straights and flush possibilities out there. River is the king of diamonds. Now typically Jesus will check here. You know, he can check and he can bluff catch against if Ronnie has, for example, ace-jack with the ace of hearts. You know, some kind of hand like jack-10 even. Well, queen-10 would make a bit more sense, but that probably c-bets. Now Ronnie must go for value. Very easy value bet here for Ronnie. All depends on what sizing he elects to go. Now I like this, again, he bets the pot. So we should have a decent amount of bluffs in our range here. We can have some bricked out 9x hands that somehow didn't c-bet. Definitely not impossible. We can have all of the single heart combos that have bricked river. Jesus might call here. You could definitely make a case for doing so. You guys in the chat, you crack me up as always. Hey, Simon Salmon has followed. Thank you, buddy. Now, Jesus thinking this through, so put yourself in his shoes, guys. We need to try and range Ronnie, obviously, as we do in every spot. What kind of range are you putting Ronnie on here? You would expect Ronnie to c-bet the flop with 2 pair combinations. You would expect him to bet the flop with 9-10, with 4-5 suited. So he actually should have quite a lot of bluffs, right? It would make sense. Could easily have a hand here, you know, just like Ace-Jack with the Ace of Hearts, Ace-Queen with the Ace of Hearts, that can bluff on this King River. Definitely possible that Jesus calls. What would Jesus do? You tell me, guys. In the tank. Nicely played from Jesus. Playing very, very well so far. We saw him execute the 5-bet with the Ace-Queen off in the right spot. Well played. Roseboom, Ace-Queen and Ace-Jack, yes, they can make some sense, for sure. You can have these hands with a heart and look to bluff off some AX hands on the river. Obviously, Ace-High has some showdown from time to time. Probably not got that much showdown on an 8-7-6-4. Adnan Dam, password, password, everybody always wants the password. Unbelievable.
It was a good fold.
Seat for your raise, 15. Seat for fold.
I'm pretty sure you folded the worst.
So guys, back into the action we go. Paul with the raise in the hijack with the King Queen offsuit. Now Vyacheslav, we have seen that he loves the action. He is going to call on the button with the 10-8 off. Pretty thin, guys, I'm sure you agree. Now Eric has gone for a 3-bet from the big blind. Personally, I don't like this sizing. I like the hand selection for a 3-bet. But, you know, against 2 players who both like to play, now this is the problem when you don't make it big enough. Both players peel. Now we're out of position with Ace-Jack off against 2 players. I would have liked to see a sizing of 75 to 80 with the 3-bet. And now, as you see, he is in a little bit of trouble. Very difficult for Eric to c-bet now with just Ace-High. Does have backdoors, but, you know, against 2 players, Queen-High flop, it's going to hit them a lot. I would expect to see Paul fire here a bunch. He does check. Interesting. Now, will Vyacheslav go for a bluff? He does not. Turn is the 3 of spades, so Paul is going to be very confident that he has the best hand. Okay, here we go. Now, Paul must start betting here. Mandatory for him to bet here, get some value from, you know, a 9x, if there is one. Doesn't seem to be too many here, but this is a pretty clear value bet with the Queen. Expect him to bet around about 80 or 85. He does indeed bet exactly 85. Now Vyacheslav, we know he loves the game. I would not be surprised to see him flick a peel, but he does fold. Now Eric, you know, his size in pre, it puts you in this spot. You make it 75 here pre, 75 to 80. You can clear out the field much easier. Now call in turn here is dicey in the extreme. We have a jack in our hand, so we block 10 jack, we block king jack, you know, which are the possible bluffs for Paul. Basically when we're calling here, we're putting Paul in a hand like 5-6 or 6-7. I really don't like this call from Eric, sorry buddy. I don't like the size in pre, and this check call is, you know, up there with the thinnest, well it is basically the worst hand you can call it, not far off. Now Paul should be going for value for sure. Eric's played his hand like he has a hand like 10s. You know, check and flop and decide to check turn. Could just have, you know, like a hand like 9 jack of diamonds that went for a squeeze or something. Easy value bet for Paul here.
He's not loving life, is it? He really wants to call as well.
I mean, it's not a good call on the turn.
What was wrong with the... Wow, he does call. He calls him.
He calls.
215 euros on the river.
Eesh, guys.
And what was the size in pre that you weren't happy with?
What
happened?
First big misstep, I think, from Eric. I mean, Bit of a car crash of a hand.
What, really
Sorry,
small
buddy.
sizing?
Yeah, Paul opened 15. Vyacheslav, who we've seen likes to peel a lot of hands, peels on the button with the 10-8 off. Eric made it 50 euros from the big blind. It's far, far too small.
Yeah. Out position as well.
Yeah. Both players call, comes Queen 9x, everybody checks, 3 on the turn. Check calls 85 and then check calls 215. I mean,
Optimistic. When we block, obviously, Jack 10, King Jack as well, like the hands that you mentioned.
that hand hurt my soul a little bit. Sorry, Eric. So, Poker Smoker 1234 has followed. Thank you, my friend. Everybody get in that free roll when it starts. 32 red poker, guys. 5,000 euro free roll coming up this evening at 9 p.m, I believe.
2 packages?
Yeah, 2 packages, guys, to the next Cascade Festival. Yep, 9 p.m. Estonian time, guys. 32 red. Thank you, guys, for putting on the free roll for our loyal viewers, and good luck to all of you when you eventually start playing.
See you getting hassled for the password as well. The password for the Unibet 2,000 euro free roll will be given away by Andrew in about 45 minutes time, guys.
Henry knows the score.
Tranquilo, as my grandma used to like to say to me in Spanish. Tranquilo.
Or as Ross from Friends would say. Are you too young to know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I don't actually, I don't know.
Ah, for goodness sake.
Is that what? Shut your mouth? Or what's he trying to say there?
Hanson, you're not begging, mate. It's just, it's how we go. It's how we roll here at Cash Game Festival, buddy. Don't you worry, the password will be revealed. As always, we always reveal the password about 45 minutes before the stream. Yeah. Hanson, just stay with us. It doesn't start until 8:30, buddy. You don't even need the password right now.
Solid brag,
You're all
5k past month alone on roulette.
I know.
Getting the thin brags out.
No, Hanson, it hasn't been revealed. Give me strength, oh Lord. Now, here we go. Now, look at this. Interesting. Again, Vyacheslav opening the cutoff with the 6-4, calling a 3-bet from John in the big blind. Again, the sizings. Honestly, personally, I think that people's out-of-position sizings are very, very often far too small. You know, guys here are doing around about 3x, just over 3x. You're giving them the price in position to put you in a really bad spot.
You must have been rinsing me about my sizing yesterday with the aces against Geordie. He made it 15 and I made it 50.
That was slightly different because your stack is shallower. Like these get, you know, the shallower your stack, the smaller your 3-bet size can be.
Okay.
That stands to reason. These guys are playing 130 bigs deep.
Yeah.
You know, more than that. 140 bigs deep, like 200 bigs deep almost to start this hand.
Wow.
Now this is.
Wow.
I don't even know what to make of this. If anything, right, Vyacheslav's flop raise here, I don't mind. We get protection, you know, our hand, like when John is c-betting just his 2 overs, you get to protect. You know, you get to protect and deny equity to a hand like Jack 10 of hearts or something that John decides to c-bet.
John bet 50 and Vyacheslav
Made it 1-2-5. And like John's peel is E.
What is Vyacheslav doing here, man? Like,
I don't have.
he's betting for value.
He's getting value.
Little does he know that he's like
Hey, what is John doing here?
600 euro pot.
Like, this is a pretty absurd hand. I mean, John now,
That's
okay?
the jam, right?
No, because let's think about the range of hands that Vyacheslav raises flop with here, okay? Now, he has a lot of queens and he has a lot of flush draws.
Yeah.
That raise, like, I mean, a queen shouldn't raise, so he should actually have quite a lot of flush draws in his range. We don't have a club in our hand. We don't have the ace or 10 of clubs. I mean, this should go check. Vyacheslav's going to think he's losing here. And he's going to win. I don't know how this pot got so inflated with these 2 hands, but there you go.
Casual 600 euros in the pot, and Vyacheslav giving it a bit of speech talk by the looks of it as well before he actually decides to check. It'll be interesting to see if I mean, he can't think his hand's good, right? So, does he tell, like, obviously he doesn't know his hand's good.
Yep.
He can't think his hand's good. So is he going to bet river?
I mean, he's given off quite a few live tells here, right? Like, he already did a grimace and a, you know... this hand has got me flummoxed, guys, I'm not going to lie. PokerBrat says shoot a flush draw barrel a turn. It really depends on how you're ranging your opponent, to be perfectly honest. I mean, we can see, obviously, that John has ace 10. If John is calling a flop raise with ace-10 off, with no club, then by all means barrel away all day long with your flush draws. It really depends, Poker Braz. I couldn't give you the answer in terms of we should always do anything in this spot. Because we shouldn't, to be honest. Anyway. Hansen. You're killing me, bro. You're killing me.
Hansen, the people that are in the free roll have guessed the password.
Vyacheslav gave off every single weak live tell that there is and then jammed. I love it. I absolutely love it.
And John just doesn't have a hand.
Now, like, John can be thinking they're playing the 7-deuce game, right? And then they could be bluffing, but there's 2 deuces out there, so obviously we don't be that either. I mean, sorry, John, buddy. You know I love you, but you've butchered this hand, my friend. Too small pre the size in. We don't even need to always c-bet this board. But like, I mean, I think you just have to. Sometimes you just have to fold to your opponent's flop raise. You know, there's no shame in it. We have ace-10 off. Like calling the flop raise is a big error of judgment, in my opinion. You're just inflating a pot and hoping that you're against the flush draw, because it's all we beat, right? Or a hand like 5-6.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Hand like 5-6 of hearts or something like that. We can beat
5-3, 5-6. That is literally it.
Bit of a disaster of a hand.
Wow. And he's trying to come up with a reason to call it. You can see it in his face.
Yeah, I mean, Poker Braz, that is true. You know, I mean, John could have turned his hand into a bluff and shoved river. However, you know, when we talk about setting up these spots, there are many, many better hands that we get to the river with that we can use as a bluff. A hand like ace-king with the ace of clubs, for example, would be much better.
Yeah.
But, you know, the big mistake John has made in this spot is bet calling the flop. I mean, Poker Braz, you're asking him, like, if you're calling the flop and the turn, why aren't you repping the river? John obviously thought the ace high was good on the flop and the turn. And then the river, you know, is a bad card, in theory. I really don't like how either player played the hand, to be honest.
It's weird as well that you're picking up on the weakness in terms of like live reads from Vyacheslav. And John, obviously an experienced player, will be picking up on that as well, which could tempt him into thinking that his ace high...
Well, honestly, though, this would just be so absurd. Like, is there really any need to play a 1.6k pot here, hoping your opponent has 5-6?
No, exactly. It does let it go.
There are a lot of errors in that hand, really.
How it got so big, I don't know, but still. And Vyacheslav does show the 4 by the looks of it. Shows the 4.
I mean, he thinks he's bluffing, you know. He obviously thinks that he's getting a queen or, you know, pair of 10s or something like that to fold.
Yeah, for sure.
In any case, interesting hand, guys.
There we can see the VPIP from Ronnie and Espen down there. Premium, not picking up as many premiums as he was the other day. And then Vyacheslav with the 40%. Wow.
I mean, Espen's playing well. He made that river call with King Jack of diamonds on the 10 Jack, Ace 10 X Jack X club against Vyacheslav, where Vyacheslav bluffed with the 8-9.
I've been very impressed by Espen and Estonian Jesus so far tonight. They both played some very solid poker.
When you were away, Estonian Jesus made a very nice fold with ace 8 diamonds.
Really?
On an 8-7-6-4 king, where in a spot where Ronnie could for sure have been bluffing the river. Poker is clearly alive, guys. Hyena 70, hello, my friend. New face in the chat. Welcome. Lovely to have you with us. You can give me the password. All right, guys, here we go.
That's what you get the hello for.
Quasi Rabbi, Hyena 70. Everybody who's watching, listen closely. Look into my eyes.
Spoiler.
So, at 9 o'clock Estonian time, we have our free roll on 32 red poker. €5,000 guarantee. You do not require a password. You don't need one. Okay, you don't need a password, Hyena, okay? You don't need it. So just click the register button on 32 red poker and you are set. That's it. You don't need the password. There isn't one. I hope that helps. Here we go, anyway. Paul, under the gun, ace deuce of clubs, making it €15. Now, I like this hand selection from Ronnie. Now, this 3-bet sizing is better. We're in position. We don't need to go massive, but 3, just under 4x, pretty much perfect with the king queen off.
John decided to
I mean,
set
now
mine.
this is just awful.
Yeah.
Sorry, John, buddy. I'm gonna have to flame you later. This is an atrocious call. It doesn't matter that you're 130
You got a player
bigs
who's
deep.
open from under the gun.
I mean,
still
Paul
left
can
to
just
act.
shove here, and then we've just burned 53 euros.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. But John decided to go for the set mine, and
I mean, he's just like been hero calling off his money so far. Now, Ronnie, this hand actually plays pretty well as a c-bet. We have 2 overs, we have backdoor straight draw, we can barrel on 10s, aces, 9s, kings, queens. What is John up to here? I mean, John might win this pot, okay? But just fundamentally, I do not like this. It's shown like a lot of frustration in his play, you know, playing hands that perhaps he could just be more patient and like wait for better spots.
yeah, sure.
Now this turn card very tough actually for Ronnie to barrel.
John just.
I mean, John should just lead for value here for sure. We lead for value, you know, we can get called by a king jack, queen jack suited, ace jack suited, all these type of hands. Ronnie's just going to fold. Pretty simple stuff.
He has to show one as well.
You know, one of the problems there also is, that when you hit your set, you know, against accomplished players, you're not always going to get paid off anyway.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, fair enough. If you're in a game against like all recreational players who just will blast off 150 big blinds when they make a pair,
Yeah.
then by all means it becomes more profitable to set mine.
For sure.
But against good players, you know, Espen, Jesus, Ronnie,
Yeah.
like it. You know, Ronnie's not just going to stack off there on 8-7-4, right? He's just not. So, not a fan. Anyway.
I completely agree, and he's out of position as well. Like I said, the original opener from under the gun, he just stick it back in their faces, you know. And like you said, you've burnt 55 euros
Yeah.
that way. So, but he does win it. Smiles all around anyway. So,
Yes, indeed. Guys, the Unibet password I will give out in 1 hour's time, not a moment sooner. That's the way it goes. Now, Jesus with a beautiful little hand, the Queen Jack of Clubs. Mandatory open here. I'd imagine he will make it 15 to go.
royal flush one time.
13, interesting.
Yeah, I've been picking some interesting.
I mean, it's just
sizes
an online reg sizing right there. 2.6x we're going for. The old 2.6x open. Paul defending the big with the 7-6 off. Seems fine.
Seeing 8, 9, 10 flop. With some
GG if it
damage.
comes. Ooh. Paul does catch a little piece. Bottom pair with 6 kicker. Jesus with top pair, top kicker. Now this hand for Jesus, you can for sure check back here. You know, he may well bet, but this is the type of hand that in your check back range, you want to have some top pairs. Because then when you're c-betting, you're either bluffing or, you know, you have like very strong range. It's good to have a mixture in these spots. Interesting that Paul calls. He will feel that he has to call. Now on the turn, he picks up additional equity, the 5 of spades. Now Jesus, does he elect to barrel? Also, when a player snap check calls, typically they don't have, you know, a nutted hand, right? Like if Paul has a set here, he doesn't like just fist pump check snap call,
Yeah.
right? He's gonna have a lot of like one pair hands with a draw.
He does get there.
Does
on the
get
river.
there. Should go for value, really. Your opponent is going to check back everything that doesn't have a 10 in it, basically. I'd expect to see him lead round about 40 or so here.
37.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's 37.
37 euros.
And you obviously saw the hand when Jesus made a very good fold and he's been playing very solid all night, so it's definitely a good enough player to get away from this.
I mean, this is a fairly easy fold, I think. Again, we're basically bluff catching against a missed diamond draw, of which there aren't that many that we even beat. You need your opponent to have ace 4 of diamonds, king 4 of diamonds. That's about it, right?
I thought only sets were bluff catchers.
No.
Ask Jeffrey
In
and
your
Rosewood.
spot, yeah, right. Oh, come on, guys, be nice now. Bunker up. I would appreciate if everyone would stop giving away fake passwords. It's a brutal crowd in the chat, guys. They like a troll or two.
We are getting trolled hard today, that's for sure.
Nesta Bear has followed. Thank you, buddy. Much appreciated.
Got 250 people in the building.
Hey, nice.
Jesus does get away from it. It's playing really
He's
well.
made every step perfectly thus far. You know, I mean, it's super thin to call this river. You literally are really just beating combinations of missed flush draws.
Yeah.
Or like a hand like 4-5 that floated a gutter and turns a 5 into a bluff, and it's, you know, very ambitious to think that can be the case. When your opponent has just so many combos of the 6x and 10x,
Yeah, for sure.
pretty easy fold, but still nice to, when you make it, you know, when you make all the right decisions in the game, it's always a nice
I've been
feeling.
very impressed so far tonight by Jesus. He's been playing very well.
Yeah, playing very well. Poker Braz, I've heard all these before.
12 pluses. What does that mean?
They sound like swear words in English.
12.
You ask him what it is in Estonian or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
One of them is
7 pass, 8 pass, seat 1.
That just paused it, did it?
mutes the mic, so I can, you know, I just gave Henry the password, guys. All right.
Savage.
All right, Espen on the button. Very standard stuff. We are going to open with the ace-8
I'm
off.
going to reg it now.
Now, Ronnie in the big blind. He's going to defend queen 7 off. Seems okay. Now, Espen with the best hand. Be interesting to see if he goes for either. I mean, typically he will either c-bet small or he will check behind. Ace-8 has showdown, so I like to see a check, and he does. Now, Ronnie makes the best hand on the turn. I like this check from Ronnie. These are spots, you know, where people will lead a lot, but you don't really lead, like your queen rag hand shouldn't be leading here. Because when Espen checks back, Espen has all of the ace queen, all of the king queen. So now he can go for value river. Right, just goes check.
Yeah, exactly.
Ronnie's going to take it down. Hey, Zet131313, thank you for the follow, my friend. They're dying for the password, the team. Incredible scenes.
You're getting rinsed for that password.
You're just gonna have to be patient, guys. Like children in the back of the car. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? We're not there yet, guys.
It's not even
We're
an
not
hour's
there.
time. It's like half an hour.
Less than
we have
that.
to get
Less
away.
than
Yeah,
an
it's
hour's
like
time,
30
guys.
minutes away.
But
Patience.
WW1Es, thank you for your patience, my friend. You can register the 32 red free roll, the 5,000 free roll, graciously provided by our partners 32 red, 5,000 euro free roll, guys. Just click the register button. There is not a password. But the Unibet Poker free roll, I will be releasing that password in around about 30-40 minutes.
And hey, if you're really that tilted,
Roseboom, you're right.
What's he saying?
Andy is the parent who says it's another hour, 4 hours in a row. Very true. Now, John in the hijack, again opening pretty wide. I'm not a fan of this. With Espen behind you, you know, some other good players. Now, Espen is obviously going to 3-bet here. I can see John getting really out of line here. Honestly,
Yeah.
I can see him 4-betting here already. I can feel it.
And especially with the 7 deuce game to play as well.
And he knows that
Yeah.
Espen is more than capable.
Wow, I'm surprised.
No,
we
he
just
does
have to
quickly
start
fold.
to let it
I do not.
go. He's gonna
He
give
thinks
it
it's the 7
€5.
disc.
This one. Yes.
I was just going to say to people in the chat that are tilted about the password not being given out, you can win a package on 32 red, come to the next festival, and then give spoilers away with the password for future free rolls, you know? So
It's so funny. They're like, but there's already 263
They've
people in
guessed
it.
it.
Because
They
no,
guessed
because
it.
there isn't a password. It's on the 32 red one.
I'm
That was
talking about the
263.
Unibet one.
No, they're not.
Password
Poker
only.
Braz, the one with 263 people in, is there is no password.
Yes.
You guys are killing me. See this no password thing? It's actually killed me.
Yeah.
I wish
It's
there was
people-
one, and then they'd
people
stop
think-
asking. Yeah. Anyway,
I know.
Maverick3913 has followed. Thank you very much.
Maverick! 260 people in the building. Thanks very much, guys, for tuning in. We are live from the Olympic Casino. I must say, I love the casino here. Andrew was saying, like, because obviously it's my first time, Andrew was saying like how the high ceilings, you know, just give it a really good vibe, and I've had a great time. I really like it. Friendly staff.
Yes.
Good food. Sushi.
Yes.
Sushi's good. Drinks are good. They're giving us free drinks as well, so when does Cash Game Festival come to Brussels?
Not sure, my friend. I'm not in charge of the location decisions. We are the
3 of you.
gutter rats. We just do the talking.
We just chat shit for 2.5 hours, try and make it entertaining, hope that it's entertaining,
Yeah.
and we hopefully get invited back for the next festival.
That's true.
That's all we do, guys. And we DJing afterwards as well. Like after the stream, well, I don't DJ. I watch people DJing.
Yeah.
But, it's good banter.
So, we had an open from Alexi and 2 calls. Alexi is going to c-bet from under the gun 1. Now, Jesus is thinking about check raising here, I can assure you of that. He has backdoor flush draws and all the backdoor straight draws. I think he's going to check raise.
I don't mind floating in this spot as well.
I don't think he'll float. See, there we go. The read is on. Makes it 80 euros. Now, this is a good hand selection to do this with. We can barrel on a 7, we can barrel on a jack, we can improve with a 10 and an 8.
Sure. Any club?
Exactly.
Wow, can you imagine if a 7 ball peeled off, a 7 of diamonds
Yeah.
peels off, and like Jesus just goes with it.
Jesus playing great, like it's shown a lot of prowess. You know, not just, you know, waiting to hit hands or have a flush draw here, for example.
I don't think Alexi's going to go anywhere though.
I mean, it depends on the
First
turn, really. We can also barrel on a spade.
Yeah, that's a really interesting turn card actually. I wonder if Jesus just gives up here, expecting Alexi to be c-betting with all of his ace-x and then maybe peeling 1? I don't know.
I don't think so. I mean, you know, when you think about it here, Alexi shouldn't have that many ace-x.
Okay.
Okay, he can have the ace-x of spades hands,
Yeah.
and he can have ace-9. But he's going to have a lot of 9x, and he's going to have even 10s through kings a lot.
Okay.
And then if we barrel this turn, it's pretty gross, right? But he has given up, Jesus. Interesting to see if Alexi bets. The only real reason to bet here is to deny equity to like random 2 overcards that we're bluffing,
Yeah.
which as we can see, Jesus actually has. I think Alexi is going to bet, it looks like it.
What sizing would you go with here? And is he thinking that this ace helps him more than it helps Jesus, or like you said, he doesn't have many aces?
He might be, but in theory it shouldn't really, but it's going to work. He's going to get it through. Nice hand, Alexi.
GG.
Hey, MJack1410, if it's worth anything, I am enjoying the commentary. It's always good analysis and it's worth watching. Thank you very much, buddy.
Thanks, dude. Jeffrey can just do one. Can we just ban Jeffrey for the
What's
rest of the
he said?
festival? So Andy and Henry, can you release password, please? Just hit that ban button.
Ah, dear.
Everyone whispering me for passwords get timeout. Jeffrey, you should get a timeout. Keep typing password in the chat.
Unbelievable. Guys, you like a moan, don't you? Unbelievable scenes. You know what? I might just release it. For the...
You're just going to give up. You've battled so hard
I have battled hard.
for the last 45 minutes. You're just going to bow down and bend over. No, we do not bow down to Chatland.
Power to the people.
Power to the people, man.
No, power to the commentators, actually.
Password is being released at 8 PM local time, guys. You've got 24 minutes of a sweat left. You've got great action. You've got me and Andrew chatting shit
Yeah.
in the commentary booth. You know, and you've got 7,000 euros worth of free rolls being given away by the Cash Game Festival and our sponsors, Unibet and 32 Red.
Exactly.
You can wait 24 minutes. And if you hate us that much, win the 3 roll, win yourself a package, come out to Sunny Beach and tell us about it. You know, tell us how much you hate us. Simple.
Henry Kilbane,
Well,
eh?
mate, you know,
Wow.
like you're getting rinsed in the chat.
You're in your place, guys. Put
23 minutes,
you
guys.
in your place.
23 minutes.
Put you in your place, what can I say? Now, you know what? I've been impressed with the amount of 3-betting and stuff here.
Yeah.
I'm not liking these overcalls, though, with the baby pairs. Anyway, Ronnie opens the cut-off. Stony and Jesus 3-bets. Eric overcalls. So Ronnie has flopped the best of it, top pair.
Jesus in a weird spot here. First
Yeah, very
round
weird
after
spot.
Being like pre-flop aggressive. You know, Eric and Ronnie both have, like you said, like all the small pairs in their range. And
I would give up if I was
it looks
Jesus
like
here, and he has.
as well. And
18.
Eric might feel that his hand's best.
Yeah, I mean,
here.
this is the problem when you overcall with a pair of fours. Like 9 deuce deuce 2 spades, basically as good as it gets unless you hit a set.
Yeah, for sure.
Now Ronnie can never fold here. We must call. Mandatory spot to flick in a call, which he does. Now, does Eric have a plan to bluff here if like a spade peels?
Sure.
You know, jack of spades, queen of spades. We could feasibly bluff, represent some flush combos. There is the spade.
Good
Now,
card.
this is going to be interesting.
Good card for Eric.
But this is the problem in these spots. When you overcall, and then Ronnie gets the call.
Yep.
Now, Ronnie has all of the flush combos now. Ronnie has, you know, hands like Jack 8 of spades that might have just folded to a 3-bet, but comes along because there's more money in the pot.
For sure.
So it's actually difficult for Eric to bet the turn here. I think this will go check, check, river. I mean, there's no need for Eric to bet. I mean, it's going to go check, check, and it does. And Ronnie takes down a pot of 325 euros. We've seen, you know, overcalling, raising a 3-bet with these baby pairs.
You're not a fan.
It's not profitable. It's not a profitable line to take.
I know you were speaking to Maxime yesterday about him saying if you have aces, should you be like, if you think your opponent has aces, should you be calling with smaller pairs to get like the full double up? You're saying obviously you've got you're a 5-to-1 dog, right? You're
Absolutely.
4-to-1 dog. It's not profitable. You were saying also that you feel that hands like 8, 9, 9, 10 are more profitable to call. Go on.
Bruce Bridges is timing out people. I don't know what's going on. Jeffrey's letting the power go to his head here, I believe. Good times anyway.
That's why he's been made a mod, man.
Here we go, guys. 17 minutes to go and you'll have the password, all right? 17 minutes. Think how many minutes you live on this earth. Oh, did he send the password out?
Mafia Boy back in the building, 4th day in a row.
Hey, Mafia Boy.
How's it going?
Everybody is going ballistic for the password.
All the Unibet regs trying to get that
Incredible
password out of
scenes.
us.
All right, Espen under the gun 1, opening with probably the bottom of his offsuit ace range. Certainly should be, ace 10 off.
Looks like there's a straddle in play.
Gonna go round to the blinds.
We know John's defending 82, maybe not.
I mean, he might manage not to defend this. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, I'm absolutely loving it in here.
I've lived
Bankroll management, you degen donks. I love It's Not Luck, by the way. It's not luck. I'm tipping my cap to you. He's the guy that's just super quiet and then just comes out of nowhere with a massive burn on people. Like, it's amazing. World class from It's Not Luck.
He was doing it in Bratislava as well. He's getting involved in the chat. It was quality. It's quality to have
Good
someone
times.
doing that. Oh,
Hey, look at that from Lulin Kutkutaja. I have lived for 14,200,616 minutes.
Should I try and work that out in years?
You
Or is that-
could
that's
if you
got-
want
that's gotta be
to.
a
So
troll,
see,
right?
guys, there's only 15 minutes left. I don't know. Maybe they worked it out.
Let's do the maths.
15 minutes, guys. That's all. 15 minutes only. How about you talk to me?
How many was
Talk
it?
to Henry. Ask us about our day. Ask us about the poker. Ask us some questions. Don't just write password. We need love too.
14 million.
Oh, play solid 82s in the free roll. Praise be.
60.
All right. Eric with a raise on the button with the ace 8 off. John defends with the 3s. Very standard stuff. Top 2 pair for Eric. Would expect him to c-bet here. Gonna go for value against every ace, every king. Now, John, we know you love a hero. Hey, good lad. If he called there, I might have never analysed a hand of his again.
Henry, how do you play a set? You check back flop, you bet turn, and then you check back river. All right, guys, that's how you play a street.
Rosebroom, I'm loving the
3
trolls.
streets
to
of
be
value.
fair.
2 streets. What? No, it's no streets of value. All right, he could have a higher set. So whoever was alive for 14 million minutes is about 27 years old.
Awesome.
There we go.
There you go.
Quick maths, guys. Quick maths.
Hey, Scorpio, with a real question. Thank you, Scorpio. You're my favourite. Would you play baby pairs if you were in position? For sure you can. In a deep stack cash game, you know, when facing one raise, should I make that fairly clear? Is that, you know, for sure you can. And especially, even the best spot to play a baby pair is when it's gone like raise, call, and you're in a small blind or something. You can flick in a call, look to set mine, maybe win a big pot.
But in terms of calling 3-bets out of position.
Calling a 3-bet, you know, behind with a baby pair, even in position, putting in, you know, maybe 8 to 10% of your stack, not advisable.
Burning
not
money,
advisable.
guys. Burning money.
Hey, Quasi Rabbi, did Buratino arrive and drink you under the table? Of course he didn't. Another person, you know,
It
who's
was
all
all
mouth,
talk.
all
All
mouth
talk.
and no trousers.
All mouth and no trousers. That's a good one. I'm gonna start using that one.
Guys, that's enough of the password chat now. You're actually killing me.
If I
Roseboom, you're getting timed out.
hear the word password once more, I'm gonna have to do like 50 push-ups or something just to beat it out. I mean,
The thing that's amusing, the free roll doesn't even start for another hour and 15 minutes, guys. So what's the sweat? It's not going to fill up. It's not going to be full.
patience is a virtue, guys.
Virtue is a grace. Grace was a little girl who never washed her face.
You're full of good ones today, man. I like that one.
Yeah. I'm actually 138 years old, and that's an old nursery
I
rhyme
was gonna
from
say, yeah,
back in the day.
something like my grandma would say to me or something.
It is. It is, genuinely. Oh, Smoking Black Cat likes my beard. See, now that is how you get a password. Private message it to Smoking Black Cat.
Alright, there we go. Alright,
Yeah.
Smoking Black Cat. There you go. Bribes work. I'm going to whisper to Smoking Black Cat now the password.
Smoking Black Cat, well done. You have
Right.
cracked the code. We're going to send it to you.
Whisper.
For saying
Give me
like
1
the beard.
second. Whispers.
Oh, amazing. Smoking Black Cat, good work. Keep it a secret, though.
Smoking.
Johnson 2 with the follow. Thank you very much.
Is it just Smoking Black Cat? There we go.
Yep.
Smoking Black Cat. You're going to have a message come through any second now. Can you just put that up for me?
He's got the password. What a life. This?
Yeah. And the password is... Right. Got it. Got it.
Now, Vyacheslav, guys, limping under the gun +1 with the ace-7 of diamonds. Eric in the hijack electing to ISO with the king-7 of hearts. A little marginal, but Vyacheslav is playing lots of pots. Don't mind it, little thin on the hand selection, but it's okay. Now, will Paul squeeze? This could be a spot to click it, you know. Can he find the heart to do so? Just calls. Vyacheslav, we know, is not going to go anywhere here for 30 more.
Suited ace? No chance.
Never, ever, ever.
4-bet incoming? Maybe. Smoking Black Cat, check your whisper, you got the password.
So funny.
Roseman saying Scottish football sucks is the password. Wow. Can we get a ban?
What was it? What did he
He
write?
said Scottish football sucks. That's the password. Roseboom just getting out of line again.
There you go, banned. Showers. Hit the bricks, Roseboom, you're done. Oh no, I always forget now how to reinstate Roseboom because we do love Roseboom.
Password hit and run.
Banned for life, lol lol.
Unban Roseboom.
I always forget how to do it.
Has Roseboom not got a mod?
Yeah, but they're still banned.
Is that it?
I don't know, I hope so. Nah.
I thought Tony, we
Yeah,
need you.
Tony, we need you,
Tony,
mate,
where
when
are
you've
you,
got
mate?
a second.
Tony. Sarcasm, what's the... Oh, there you go.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's that.
You've done it. Yeah, you've
Have
done
I?
it.
How?
Yeah. Because he's back in the chat.
Hey, Roseboom!
Well done. You got your first command, right, buddy? Well done.
I love Roseboom, absolute boss. Still funny though.
Quasi Rose
Showers.
said it looks like Roseboom gets banned twice or more a day. It does, because
Oh,
you just
right,
never
Space
learn.
Noz, just chill, mate. It's coming in 10 minutes. Just 10 minutes.
So the people that are registered have guessed the password. It's as simple as that. Try guessing.
I feel like I have to stay true and wait 10 minutes now.
Yeah,
If
you
we
have
cave
to.
now, then
If you
you know.
cave now,
Yeah.
you know, like,
10 minutes only.
just giving up. Giving up.
Okay, Mr. Henry Kilbane. I am nipping to the wonderful facilities here at the Olympic Casino.
No worries.
Take it away.
I certainly will, and I won't be banning anyone, that's for sure. You go. Yes, please, mate. Do you need my card? Yes, please. Yeah. You good? All right, mate. Well, I don't know. It's got a free drink on it. So. Yeah, I got loads. I got all the free drinks.
Okay, then.
Free rolling them
Get your
drinks.
best.
So, jumping into the turn action, looks like Alexei decided to raise up from the hijack with the Jack 10 offsuit, and Paul decided to come along for the ride out of the small blind. I'm not a huge fan of calling out the small blind, obviously, with the player left to act. But Paul does check back his top pair on the flop. Alexei does decide to c-bet. Now, interesting turn card here for Alexei's range. Paul does check once again, and Alexei decides to bet 65. He does get called, and now will Alexei fire 3 streets here with the heart coming in? He does have the Jack of Hearts in his hand. Carl Parrish, hey guys, where is Sunny Beach? It is in Bulgaria, buddy. If you want to get tickets to Sunny Beach, you can fly into either Varna or Burgas, which is on the east coast of Bulgaria, or alternatively, because I do understand that there aren't many flights to those like quieter locations, you can fly into the capital of Bulgaria, which is Sofia, and you can get a taxi, get a train, get a bus. Most locations around Europe, you can normally get a return flight year-round for about 160, 170 euros, so you book like a month in advance. I know I fly to Bulgaria for about that much when I book like summertime, peak summertime, so that's normally the amount that I have to pay for a return flight. Varna and Burgas are slightly more expensive because they are smaller airports, they don't have as many flights flying there, so there you go, Carl. I hope that answers that for you, buddy. And Pokeball, it's not worth the €0 you had to pay for yours, Bridge. Oh man, this is going insane. And Alexei does take that one down. Paul does fold his pair of 9s. And is Sofia Sunny annoying Harry? If you go to a bit more detail, Jeffrey, about Sofia Sunny Beach annoying, what do you mean by annoying? Natrey94 saying Google pass Unibet. I can assure you that the password isn't anywhere on Google. I mean, it might be if you have friends that know the password somehow. Kudos to them if they've guessed the password. I know Andy did release it earlier in the chat by mistake by typing in exclamation mark password, but we haven't officially released the password, guys. We've got about 8 more minutes left until we giving away that password. Yeah, it is really annoying, Jeffrey, to travel from Sofia to Sunny Beach. I mean, for the additional like 60, 70 euros that a flight would cost to fly to Burgas, it's definitely worth the additional investment, because it's going to cost you about 20 euros anyway to get like a bus from Sofia to Sunny Beach. A taxi is going to cost you about 70 odd euros. Actually more than that, it's going to cost you about 100 euros. So yeah, if you can get flights, or alternatively just fly to Sofia and then from Sofia fly to Sunny to Burgas, you get flights about like 60, 70 euros anyway. So that I would advise flying directly there. I would definitely advise. Jeffrey's saying Sunny is 4:30 returns for me. I mean, what I would suggest, Jeffrey, if you are going to come out, is fly to mine first, crash at mine for one night. And then we'll fly from Heathrow. I mean, it depends how far in advance you want to book tickets. But what I would say is, if we do plan on going and booking the tickets, say 3-4 months in advance, book your tickets to London, crash at mine for one night. We'll then fly from Heathrow to Burgas, and it'll be a lot cheaper. Roseman saying, how long is the drive to Sunny Beach from Sofia? It's about 5 hours with me driving. For a normal person, it's about 7 hours. It's about 600 kilometers, I think. It's about 600 kilometers. I've done it a few times. Yeah, it takes about 5 hours if you're doing like 180 kilometers an hour, 190 kilometers an hour, with like a break as well. It's not like the flight from Manchester is 150 flight from Luton though. It's dirt cheap, 110 Wizz Air to Wales. Yeah, exactly. Thing is with the Wizz Air though, I don't want to like obviously say bad things about them, but you do, if you are going to be flying out for a poker festival, you know, your hand baggage is really restricted. I know a friend of mine, Dara O'Kearney, who obviously Unibet Poker ambassador, got like fined 70 euros for having like a piece of holdall luggage like that big. You have to pay for check-in baggage as well. So even though the flight is only 110 euros, when you include your hand baggage and your like luggage as well, it almost doubles it. So for the additional comfort of flying with an airline like British Airways, for example, where you have a lot more leg room, you get like a free meal on flight as well. Flicking in that extra 40 euros is just so like, it's so plus ED. Because you get the baggage included anyway, and you're going to have to spend that on like cheaper budget airlines for sure. So, yeah, Jeffrey, I would definitely say, yeah, just fly over to London, buddy, and then yeah, we'll fly from London to Bulgaria. And massive shout out to Johnson too, who's hit that follow button. Nick 1703 and 7 and 2 off as well. Thanks very much, guys, for tuning in. 5 more minutes now until we release the password that everyone has been badgering us on about. That is going to be on Unibet. Guys, if you haven't already got an account on Unibet, get yourself registered. You do not have to deposit any money whatsoever to get involved. There is 2,000 euros being given away tonight, guys. So massive free roll, courtesy of Unibet. And for those of you who don't know, our other sponsor, 32 Red, is giving out 5,000 euros in a free roll tonight. There's 2 packages up for grabs, and there is 2,000 euros in cash for the top 30 players, going to be spread out across the board. So guys, get yourselves involved in those free rolls. 7,000 euros, courtesy of our sponsors, 32 Red and Unibet. Just gives you also a massive chance to obviously win yourself a package and get yourself out to the next festival in Sunny Beach. It's going to be summertime, amazing weather. I was a regular at the casino for a long time. I grinded out there last summer as well. You know, really, really good food. There's like plenty of activities to do during the day. You know, you've got the beach. There's loads of like sightseeing tours that you can do down in like the old town called Nesebar as well, which is about 10-15 minutes walk from the casino. So plenty of activities, and yeah, I mean, compared to the rest of Europe as well, you get like a 3-course meal with like, say, 2 or 3 alcoholic beverages for 10 euros, you know? So that's like a starter, a main, dessert, and say 3 drinks, like 3 beers or 3 gin and tonics for about 10 euros. So very budget friendly, let's put it that way. And trying to keep up with the chat, guys. I do apologise if I've missed anything. Wacky Jackson getting involved as well, saying he's not going to be sharing live videos from Sunny Beach, I believe. And Booze Brewgy timing people out. What a boss. What a boss. Dark Angel shouting out to everyone. Jim Lad in the building. Thanks very much for getting involved once again, buddy. And Jeffrey, I will speak to you later about Sunny Beach anyway. Why is Roseman bad? Leaking the password. Henry meant at my birthday party. Oh, you meant you're not going to be leaking live videos from your birthday party? Wacky Jackson. Dude, perfect timing. Password time.
Oh, it's time, isn't
it?
Hey, what a wonderful time to be alive.
Drum roll, please.
Cheers,
buddy.
All right, guys, you get your wish. Are you ready? It's time for the password.
Drum roll.
So, guys, the password for the free roll
on
Unibet, starting at 8:30 Estonian time, is. There you go. The password is Be Merry.
Which most of you haven't been in the chat.
I know. Be withered. Be fuming. There you go, guys. There's the password.
Get involved. I really want one of, like, I don't want to be biased, but I want one of the guys that has been tuning in non-stop to just ship it.
Me too.
You know, I'd love to see that. And I'd love to see one of the people who are always involved in the chat win themselves a package courtesy of 32 Red Poker and joining us in Sunny Beach. I'm looking forward to it.
So what did I miss? Anything?
No major hands. Ronnie got a really good bluff through. I mean, I think it's something that you wouldn't have.
This is going to go check bet call.
Yeah, for sure.
Deuce of diamonds on the turn. Interesting card.
Check.
Now Eric's still with top pair. Now Ronnie not having a diamond in his card makes this less of an attractive barrel. If we have the queen of diamonds here, we can like fist pump, bet, shove. Now interesting river, the ace of hearts. Now the problem here is if Ronnie elects to bluff here, if Ronnie has a hand like queen jack with a diamond, he's going to bet the turn.
Yeah, Eric's just going for the old blocker bet and gets it.
30 euros
through.
and he gets the fold.
Oh, he wanted to. That's
It's not luck again. Just in there with the one sentence. It's always a savage comment.
It's not luck is my absolute favourite with the trolls.
Someone asks, what does a 200 cash ticket mean? And it's not like me. It means you can buy a long bus trip. That's quality. It's quality. I'm gonna.
Only aces.
cheers,
There's
bud.
no more. There was no more drinks on it.
That should be my last one.
With glasses on, you will get aces.
Did you get 2 the previous time?
Yeah. We got
Oh,
two.
so you got yourself a drink last time from my card.
Oh yeah, was I not supposed to?
No, that's fine. That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
'Cause there should have been 2 on there.
Well, I bought these, so we're okay.
Awesome. No worries.
All right, guys. So how long do we have to go? About 30 minutes would make sense. About half an hour left, guys, of this 2-5 cash game stream. Then we will be having a short break and coming back to you with Adams versus Eves, the men versus ladies table on the feature, guys. Should be fun.
Let's go for a little bet. Who are you backing? Overall winners.
Oh. I gotta go with the boys, man. You gotta have a little bit.
Go
of,
on then. €5. I'll go with
Alright.
the Eves.
Gotta go with the boys. You know what I mean? Bit of solidarity.
Go for biggest winner, big blinds. In terms of big blinds.
So here we go. Open from Paul under the gun. 2 with Queen Jack of Diamonds. Vyacheslav in the cutoff, flicks in the peel. Now Eric 9-7 off. Not a fan of this peel. You know, it just plays so poorly. Like at number 1, we have 9-7 off. Number 2, we're out of position. Now
Free bet incoming.
yeah, the 7 deuce game.
€75. Let's go.
Now I'm making this like 110.
Yeah.
Sure. I just want to chase out everybody. He's going for it though, Vince.
So massive.
He is doing it, Vince. No, he looks like he's gone about 85.
He is doing it, Vince.
Oh my God, Vince! He is doing it with the 7 deuce of clubs.
He's going for it, Vince.
Now, can Paul sniff out? The interesting thing is here, lots of these squeezies are going to be 7 deuce, so you have to, you know, work out if they have a legitimate hand.
It's like, do you flat or do you just stick it back in their eye?
Nah, I mean, we can't shove or anything really here.
It's
But
like,
if you're ever going to pick a hand to peel with, Queen Jack of Diamonds is that hand. You know,
Oh, he does.
plays very well post flop. Now our resident hero Vyacheslav, can he find a call?
We've seen that he doesn't shy away from taking it to the streets.
You
and
get
bang.
€5 from every player, Poker Braz. So you would pick up all that dead money plus around about another €40 from everybody at the table. There you go, guys. It's in the chat again.
Get in there, guys. Ship that free money. And
Now Vyacheslav now with the peel. Eric's looking at Alexei as if he thinks
But he
that
does-
guy's
he does-
got 7
he does
deuce.
block 7 deuce there. Eric's the only
Yeah,
person that blocks 7
That's
deuce.
very true. I mean, I'm not really sure why Eric's even in this pot in the first place. And if we shoved here, for example, it's so ridiculously implausible for us to have a value hand here.
Yeah, I don't
Right.
like this from Alexei, you know, counting out his chips.
No, he asked him how much he had. He's
Wow. What a boss.
I mean, it's pretty sick timing, by the way.
What a boss.
But seriously, right, let's think logically. What possible value hands do you have here?
Yeah.
You're in the small blind against a raise and a call and you didn't squeeze?
You know, I mean, I think
He's
the only
repping like
plausible
eights
hands-
here. He's repping
yeah,
like eights.
eights through 10s that he's decided to just flat out
Yeah.
small blind. And then when Alexei squeezes and the other 2 flat, he knows they have a weaker range.
Sure.
That his 10s are good to just 4-bet jam.
Possibly a hand like ace, queen, suited. It's
Okay.
not impossible.
Wow.
Now, I wonder if Paul's thinking he's flicked it in!
Has he actually? Wow.
He has!
Has he flicked that in? What a hero.
Maybe he just thinks he could have 7 deuce in the small.
What a hero.
Cred. Eric's had a bit of a blow up here. He's see if he can get out of it.
Wow.
My goodness. Guys, 1.4k in the pot. Somehow these two players have got 100 big blinds plus in with the queen high and the 9 high. Queen high is holding. Queen high is still holding. Gonna need a 9 or a 7.
Wow.
Oh, wow. But I think they're running it twice.
Yeah.
Looks like it. Anyway, Eric's loving it now. He's free rolling basically.
Oh, they're running it 3 times by the looks
Oh.
of it. Wow.
Can he win another one? I mean, that's a pretty good flop for Paul.
That's a tough one to win.
Needs an offsuit 9 or 7. Doesn't get there. Paul wins the second board. Now, it looks like they're just running it twice.
Yeah. I mean, it's not these buttons.
Wow. What a weird hand.
Insane. Insane. I mean, I personally, I like that from Eric. I think he sensed weakness from Alexei, squeezing from the big blind. I know what you're saying is like, what value hands do you do that with? But if you're flatting ace queen, like you said, 8s through 10s,
Yeah.
when they only flat behind and you know like that they don't ever have aces, kings, queens, or jacks, you only have to get it through Alexei, who's going to be making a lot of moves from the big blind, you know?
Well, apparently you don't only have to get it through Alexei, though.
Yeah, you got to get
But
it through
yeah.
the queen jack.
Yeah. Personally, it's the pre-flop flat that I really don't like. I mean, just flattening the small with 9-7 off, just a losing play. Never making money making that play long term. In any case, they will chop it up. So, Blom 1006 and fail alarm for the follows. Thank you, guys. Always appreciated. So, day 4, guys, of the Cash Game Festival Tallinn stop at the Olympic Casino here in Tallinn. We're coming to you on a short delay to protect the integrity of the game. And yeah, round about 25 minutes or so, guys, to go. Then we will take a short break and come back to see the men battle it out with the ladies. Looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to that. And I've also been running really hot on these prop bets that we've had so far, so
You have.
it's a chance for you to win a bit of money back. You know,
I need some. I don't have any euros, guys.
I don't like
All gone.
taking money from you.
6-7.
You're at 25.
Now, Eric is splashing around, it must be said. Flats on the button with Jack 7 of spades. Not the worst. I would prefer to see a hand like Jack 9 of spades. Anyway, that's peel. And there is a 7 right in the window. Ooh. Flops a pair and the flush draw. Nothing much for anyone else is the issue. Now, Paul is going to check. I mean, I'm expecting Eric to bet here. He does have middle pair and the flush draw. Actually, an okay candidate to check back, by the way, because when a spade peels, people can actually just start going ballistic and thinking you don't have it. We can see that this is just going to go fold, fold, which it does.
And he does get on through. But a jump out.
Litoka has followed. Mr. Ocho, will we see Andy play tomorrow? You very well might. I believe the evening stream is PLO. I could play it for fun. Not a PLO player historically, but could just flick it in for fun. So, yeah, I could play the afternoon game. I'm not even actually sure what it's going to be, in fact. Let me see if I have the info. Let me have a look.
I'd like to see you play.
Sure.
I'd definitely like to see you play.
I'm in for playing.
Sunday. What do we got?
1-2. I mean, I could play for fun.
The 1-2 game.
Sure. If you want to see me play some 2-2 Hold'em, guys, I will play tomorrow afternoon. Why not? Could be fun. Henry can analyze my play and shower me when it's bad. I don't know.
I thought you didn't make bad plays.
Sure I do. Everybody makes bad plays. Always.
Right.
Even prodigiously gifted poker players make mistakes, Henry. Oh, pocket sixes, Henry's hand.
Wow, really?
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Ronnie under the gun 1 has the kings. You should probably watch this one. Good sizing again. I have liked Ronnie's sizings in position.
I know Paul's not going.
Now, Mr. Eric, who we have seen enjoy splashing around. Good fold. You could 4-bet there feasibly, but it's a good fold. Now Espen getting away from the suited ace. Paul's going to call here. I don't imagine he's going to... If he's calling a jam with Queen Jack...
Stick it in his eye, mate. People keep 3-betting.
He's just going to call, I'm sure.
Put him in the bin with a full bet.
So, 6 Queen X.
There's only 1-6 left in this deck.
Very good flop for Ronnie. Now, this is the problem when you play these pairs out of position. Kind of hard to check fold here. We do have backdoor straight draws and a backdoor flush draw. I think we must call the flop.
Good
Now,
size of my Ronnie.
definitely some timing tells though, right? Insta, like check fist pump calls.
Check.
Do you do that with a set? You know, I mean, if you flop top set of tens, do you like check snap flat? No, you don't. So, you know, Ronnie can very, very comfortably bet the turn for value here. Paul should have literally close to 0 5x hands in his range. Possibly a hand like ace-5 suited. Yep, like this from Ronnie. Like the size, and also he's gone half pot. Ronnie's gone pot, excuse me, or close to. He can feasibly rep some double barrel bluffs here, for sure.
Paul's just in a weird spot now. You know, like you said, calling out of position.
I mean, it's just one of these spots that, against this sizing, you know, I don't think he's folding. He does fold. It's good fold, good fold. Dark Angel, Andrew, and Henry, please say hi to Espen and Jesus from me. Of course I will. Of course I will.
Irish in Spain. In the chat. God, I love that guy. He's always getting involved.
It's not luck. Dude, I watched your commentary on PLO. Don't play it. Your commentary was great, but your confused faces were funnier. I mean, for sure, right, I am definitely still learning the wonderful game of PLO, and that is an understatement. I try my best. I think I have a okay grasp. Not the greatest by any means, don't get me wrong. But yeah, you know what? I will play the 2-2 game, guys. How about it? I will play the 2-2 game.
Hold on.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm in. Sign me up.
Do it.
And we will do that bet, guys, that I promised you before. Whoever gets closest to predicting my profit or loss at the 2-2 table, you will get 50 euros from me. So, Henry can run that competition tomorrow when the stream starts.
How much are you going to sit down with? Max? 500?
Is that max?
I think so, in the 2-2.
Then by all means, we will
There you
sit
go,
with
guys.
500
Sitting
euros.
down with 500.
Whatever the max is, we will sit with that.
Have a few people guessing in the chat tomorrow whether it's going to be up or down. Literally minus 500.
Yeah, well, shock.
Well, no surprise.
Right, okay, you're booked, Roseboom. That's your guess, and it is final. One guess only. So, unlucky, Roseboom, you didn't win the prize, but what can you do?
There's been no real clash of hands.
No, we haven't
so
had
far,
any
like callers or anything.
We had the Queen Jack of Diamonds against 9-7 off. That's a bit of a cooler.
That's a massive call
Yeah.
for like 1.2k. Just gonna jump out for 2 minutes again, buddy.
And on you go,
Be
buddy. No
back.
problem.
Minus 1.5k from Irish.
There
in
is the
Spain.
free roll password,
That's both,
Parjit. Fill your boots. Wow, Irish in Spain, minus 1.5k. That's also a good guess. Pretty hard to lose 8 buy-ins, though. We'll see. So, down to the last 20 minutes or so, guys. Perhaps even less, actually. And then we will be taking a short break, coming back for the ladies taking on the boys. Our Adams versus Eves feature table, guys. Should be a lot of fun. So please come back and join me and Henry while you're playing your your free rolls.
Sit 4, raise 20.
Yeah, 8 buy-ins, Roseboom. I mean, if I lose 8 buy-ins in a 2-2 game,
Okay.
I will eat anything. Literally. I mean, it's just not going to happen. Here we go anyway. A call of 15 from Paul in small. I think he limped and Ronnie raised from the big blind. Paul's going to check. Ronnie with the bottom pair.
Bet 15.
I would imagine he will bet here after his opponent limp called pre. He's going to take down a small pot. Dark Angel plus 1200. Thanks for the love. Yeah, I mean, I think we could win 1,000 euros. I don't think that's impossible. Depends how crazy the table is. See if I can get Frankie on the table with me, guys. That would be fun. Chicago BGC has followed. Thank you, my friend. So guys, we are winding down the coverage of our first table. I'm excited to see if any of you guys can win this free roll. Remember guys, our partners at 32 Red Poker, they are also running a €5,000 free roll starting at 9 PM Estonian time, which is 45 minutes. And there is no password guys, it is free to enter, so just click the register button and take your chance at winning your share of the €5,000. And good luck. Levio F. Zoo with the follow. Thank you, my friend. We appreciate you. And each and every one of you. We will try and get Frankie on the table. It could be fun. Now, Paul on the button, raising to 15. Vyacheslav in the big blind, calling 10. With the deuces. You see a 9 in the window. Flop is Jack 9-4 with 2 spades. Paul taking the lead with his middle pair. Now, he can check back here for sure. Not a hand I would bet 100% of the time. Vyacheslav with the optimistic check call. Just a pair of deuces. So a pot of €72 going to the turn. Turn is the king of spades. Interesting card. Now Vyacheslav with a spade in his hand. Paul cannot be liking this card. Action's going to go check here a lot. Very interesting if he elects to fire. Not 100% sure what hand he is trying to fold out here. Vyacheslav unlikely to fold a jack that has a spade alongside it. And you know, all the hands like King 10, King Queen are going to call. Wow, Vyacheslav with an unbelievably thin turn call. Can't say I'm a fan of either the bet or the call on this turn. This could go check. I mean, is Paul trying to fold out a jack? I'm really not sure what his plan is here. Definitely thinks he's bluffing, I think, if he bets. Goes check. He's gonna show the 9. Vyacheslav. Not a fan of that line of deuces. Anyway. Irish and Spain, what is the buy-in for tomorrow's 2-2 game? I believe the max is €500. So whatever the max is, I will go with the max. Top 3 Scottish football players. Ha. So guys, as we have said, we are winding down. Last couple of hands. Then myself and Henry will take a break. We will go and get some sustenance and be back for the evening table.
Breather.
Yes, indeed.
Are you peckish or that sandwich sort of?
No, yeah, that sorted me, I think. Liquid diet now, guys. And we're on the vodkas. We are on the vodkas. It is, wow, Cash Game Festival party night. We have the players' party this evening. So the drinks will be flowing while we prepare to go and join the rest of the guys later at the venue.
Well, cheers to that, buddy.
Cheers, my friend.
And cheers to everyone tuning in as well.
Now Ronnie raising on the button with the Queen 6 off. Pretty thin, but he is on the button. Vyacheslav, as we have seen, likes to play a lot of hands just calling in the small blind with Ace-8 off. Pretty thin, but he does have the best hand, as we can see. This is an example of how position is key in poker, though. Ronnie in position on the button. Does elect to check back. I think that's fine. Vyacheslav theoretically should have a lot of Broadway hands that peel in the small. Now Ronnie, I would bet the turn here. We have the Queen blocker. We can basically just know our opponent never has Ace-Queen. We can just bet and then absolutely hammer the river. I mean, I'm not a fan of this check down from Ronnie. You basically beat 5-6 and you block it, and that's about all. Vyacheslav anyway picking up a small pot.
Hey, Jesus said that he had the same hand there.
Hey, IRA Fire has followed. Thank you, my friend. So guys, before we go, I will fill you in on all the usual technical stuff that you need to know. Anybody who is just joining the chat, please look at our pages at Cash Game Festival on Facebook and on Twitter. If you want to get in touch with either myself or Henry, you can find me on Twitter at Picasso2Poker. Henry, what's your Twitter?
Wow. Good question.
Very
I don't know.
poorly
I
handled.
know
Missed your cue.
I only know Instagram, which is kill_the_game_Bane. That's it. Kill the game Bane.
Nice and easy one then.
There you go. Kill the game Bane. Nice and easy to remember.
Awesome.
Mate, you're getting rinsed with Scottish football in the chat. I mean, what?
I don't care. I really don't care, to be honest.
Probably like a Man United fan.
You
He
can't.
is a Man United fan. He can't really talk, can he?
Sure.
Rinsing Scottish football.
Whatever, innit?
Come on.
Hey, Katamarian. 111 has followed. Thank you, my friend.
Follow hype.
So, raised to 15 in the cutoff from Ronnie. Vyacheslav just loves the game. Flicking in the flat. Now, here's an example. Somebody asked if you should call with small pairs. Now, this is a good spot to do so. Estonian Jesus calling 13 to win 60. Getting a little over 4-1 on his money if you can ping it. Shows you how hard it is to make a set, though. Now, Ronnie has the best hand, but he definitely can't be happy with this board texture. Should be checking here. I'm not a fan of c-betting into 3 players. If you get check raised here, you know, it's really, really tough to continue. Anyway, as we can see, Eric is the only person who can continue. I do expect him to call. He has middle pair and he has a backdoor flush draw.
4 would be dynamite.
Yes.
For sure.
He should call, I think. 25 to win 85. Not impossible for us to have the best hand. Nope, he does
go.
let it go.
Good fold from Eric there.
Sure.
Who do you support?
Here you go, Walland. For the last time, guys, before we go on a break, there is your password to tonight's Unibet Cash Game Festival free roll.
I don't want to say who I support, Poker Brass, because everyone thinks I'm just like, you know, one of them guys that just follows the supporters around. But I used to live in Spain, and I'm a Barcelona fan. I know, right? Yeah, they win everything, but they never used to win everything. So don't hate me. I've been supporting them since I was about 3.
Who?
Barcelona. I used to live out there, man. Come on.
Come on.
I've spent more time in Spain than I probably have in the UK. Like, but yeah, there you go, guys. You got a glory hunter over here.
This guy.
Glory hunter.
Brilliant, guys. Absolute scenes. So, last couple of hands, I believe. I can see Tony crouched down, ready to pounce. I can see him. Probably going to come over and whisper to me that we are about done for the first stream.
Must be crying for Iniesta. Yeah, well.
Now, Vyacheslav has the most sexy hand in all of poker. The Jack 10 of spades. There he is, Jordan Allen in the building.
What up, what up, what up?
Wow, he's made it 35. Woohoo! And he
Jesus.
runs into the ace balls.
There must be a straddle in play here for him to
Yeah.
open up that much.
Now Jesus gonna dab his. Oh, look at that! Just gonna finish his sandwich.
Yeah.
Prepare to 3-bet with the pocket aces.
What sizing do you like here in position? Because we've spoken a lot about 3-betting out of position and sizing
100 euros.
Yeah. So or just under 3x.
100 euros seems good. Vyacheslav pretty splashy. Don't expect him to
Stack
fold.
size as well.
There you go, one hand there.
Dude.
That's how I roll.
Dude.
Now I expect Vyacheslav to peel at least.
Oh, is there a double straddle?
Maybe. Now there's actually a chance that Vyacheslav could shove here, you know. Not saying he will, but Jesus can certainly be taking advantage here on the button. He knows that there's a double straddle.
They also know that it's coming to an end as well. Last few hands, we always
Sure.
see people get out of line. And
Roseboom 3x is not way too big. You're against Vyacheslav, who has been peeling way, way, way too wide. Versus 3-bets. 3x is completely fine. Does call. And look at this.
showers.
Yep.
Showers.
And now we've already seen that when, remember earlier when he had King 10 of hearts
Just
on the
ripped it in.
10-9-7.
Stuck it to the man.
From what we have seen, I expect this to go check, bet, all in, and call. That is the prediction. We got the 100 euro bet sizing right. We got the call right. Can we get the check, bet, all in, and call off right?
If you do, I will put €5 on black for you.
It's going to happen. I suppose Vyacheslav could lead, though.
He's already checked. Juice bet 100.
Yeah, he's all in here.
He's got to stick it in.
He's
right?
all in here.
Yeah. If you're gonna call a free bet with Jack 10,
He is gonna check raise all in.
with backdoor spades.
I will be very surprised if he does not check raise all in here. Let's stake our reputation. He did this last time, the tank. I mean, he's not folding, I'll tell you that. He's going to shove. He's going to just do the little tank, pick up the 2 stacks, slide them into the middle. Estonian Jesus is going to do the 1-chip call. He certainly is. The 1-chip call.
I call.
And then Vyacheslav is going to run him.
Wow.
Now that's a big prediction.
Wow. You just love seeing pain, man.
Here we go. Look, here we go.
It's just fine.
He might have. I don't. Nah, he jammed. I knew it. Picasso reads, man. The 1-chip call.
He asked me if he wants to run it once or twice, I think.
Now, will he backdoor it? Will he backdoor it? Not with that card.
Any 10s in the deck?
Nope. Did they just run it once?
They did. Yeah, I think Jesus.
I mean, I would if I was
Jesus.
Jesus.
Run it once.
Estonian Jesus, I would be running it once only, I reckon.
Currently getting paparazzi taking our photos, guys.
So, right at the end of the stream, a €1,000 pot. You know what, Estonian Jesus, he gets my MVP of the. He played no perfect.
Like he's
no
played
perfect.
every hand perfectly tonight.
Obviously, pretty easy to play aces. Obviously.
Yeah, but
And
the ace queen was just next level.
Ace queen was beautifully
It
played.
was, he knows that I know that he knows, but like going like next level leveling into it. And,
Sure.
He folded the top pair, you know, correctly.
Twice, yeah, a couple of times.
He just
played
very
well.
Very
And
he was chip leading as well, so.
Sure. So Jason090, thank you for the follow. Was that the last hand, or do we have one more? We might have one more hand.
Cool, let's get like a quadruple straddle going, guys.
Nicely played, though. Always good for morale when you win a big pot towards the end of the stream. So, guys, 2 more hands.
Ronnie putting in the quadruple straddle, trying to goad him into putting the double straddle in.
Hey! Oh.
Is he gonna do it?
Don't think so. I think he took it back. Oh.
Oh.
It's all happening. Paul is like, give me my cards. So last couple of hands.
Let's see a train crash. Come on, like a 3-way all in, like a 1.5k pot. Set over a nut flush draw.
You're a sick man.
You're a sick man. You're asking for a runner against Jesus.
I didn't ask for
Jesus
it.
ever done to you?
Nothing. I love him. Big fan.
All right, here's the first set. So we're going to see a 3. Can't do it. Someone's got to have 6s.
All right, Kilbane, take the analysis away. Take it away.
Fairly standard stuff from Paul here. Opens under the gun to 30 with the pocket 3s. John should let this one go. And he does. And Espen with the 7 deuce now. He's been playing fairly snug so far. Be interested to see, obviously, with the added incentive of the money that he will get from the players. Does pick up a gut shot now. It would be a great spot to potentially check raise with. But Paul does.
I think he will.
Does start to check behind.
Now Espen's going to lead here, definitely.
I think Paul has to call at least one.
I don't think so personally. I mean, like, what are you hoping for? Are we just going to hero it off? Like, what's a good river, legitimately?
If you're in Espen's shoes, what sizing do you like to go for here? Wow,
Close to pot.
Bets pot.
Yeah.
Looks
This is how this
boss.
is classy play.
Espen's just putting people in the bin tonight with these overbets. I love it.
Because when your opponent checks back here, in general, population is capped here. Like, some very skilled players will check back a set here sometimes.
For sure. Explain to the viewers what you mean by population.
Sure. So look at him tabling this 7 deuce proudly.
Everyone gives him the €5.
Hey, buddy. We are in the final hand. They're coming to it. When we say population, we could be talking about a hand between 2 regs or whatever, and discussing, you know, what their strategies would be.
Okay.
What are they going to do post flop, etc., etc., etc. When we say population, we refer to the poker population as a whole, who play these games. So we would say population would tend to do this or this or this. So like in that spot when Paul, when Paul opens and checks back on a 10-8-6, population, as we say, will generally just have hands that like either 2 overs or like a weak pair that just checks back.
For sure.
But whereas, you know, very skilled poker players who have some history, perhaps even with the person in the straddle, they can get tricky there and check back with a set of tens.
Okay.
Because they know that the person who's defended will read that check as them kind of a give up and will start just barreling off.
Fair enough.
You know, also there, like, I wouldn't c-bet with Queen 10 there, for example.
Sure.
I would be checking. So I'm not sure if Espen is John's all in with fives from the small blind. I mean, I guess there's a straddle. At least one straddle.
Yeah.
John's in for the massive pun.
Go on, Ronnie, flick it in, mate. King 7, you flip it.
We think there's maybe 3 or 4 straddles on.
54%.
John just open banging close to 200 bigs with the old 5 balls.
Wow.
Oh, if Vyacheslav might flick that in.
He actually might flick that in. So there's about €100.
He's going to call, right?
Dead money.
Vyacheslav's flicking this in.
It's the last time. He might just call for the banter.
I think he's flicking in. Go on, Vyacheslav.
Go on, Sam.
Get it called. Go on. I think he's going to call.
Cards are back on the sensors. Go on, lad. You got 2 flush draws. You're live.
He's going to call, and John's going to lose this. He's been running bad in the CGF so far. Nicer, Nick. Thanks for the follow. Alright, guys. Final time. Putting the password in. I've only been asked 18 million times today. There you go. 18 million and 1. There you are. Tusengas, there is no password to the 32 red one.
What is that?
I cannot repeat myself another time. Sorry, guys.
Flick it in.
Look at him, he wants to. You know he wants to. Now, why would John open shove? That is the question, you know. Like, John's not open shoving a value hand here too often, right? Of course, like he's not going to shove ace queen here. He's going to raise and look to get action. His range is weighted to baby pairs here a lot. Flick it in. Yeah, Espen's withered. He's done. Espen's off to do some more press ups and get to the gym. Premium Espen, as we like to call him in the chat.
The guy could deadlift choke. So wow, I think he just flicked his chips in, did he?
Go on,
Did he
Vyacheslav.
just push his chips forward?
No. He's talking away. What's he saying? Let's have a listen.
Do you want to run it twice, buddy?
John's talking a lot, which is not a good sign.
Getting the additional seconds of TV time as well, Vyacheslav. If he flicks this in, I mean, what a boss.
I mean, come on, Vyacheslav. It's not that big a deal, mate.
Come on, mate. It's only €580.
He's in the fear cave, guys. He's in the cave.
What's his TV time?
He does.
Yeah.
He does. He wants. Is he going to call? He's going to tank fold, isn't he? I mean, Vyacheslav, if you fold now, I'm going to be fuming.
I think if he was going to call it.
I'm gonna be a bunny.
Me too. He's going to do the old tank fold. We're going to be gutted. It's going to be an anticlimax.
Wow, he's
go on,
Let's
Vyacheslav.
go.
Right, queen of oh, there he is. He's there. He's behind us. No spoilers. No spoilers.
1.3.
Here we go. 1.3k in the pot.
I wonder if they're running it once or twice.
Oh, he's got a gutter.
And battle Spain, boy.
Oh, John's going to be hating life unless he can ping a 5. Are they running it once or twice?
Wow.
Just once?
Wow.
Oh, he just gives them the look. I knew you were full of it, he
Send me
says.
that money. Send it.
Look at that. He's like, I knew he had a small pair. In your face, John. And there you go, guys. What a way to end the stream.
No
1.3.
gamble, no future.
You went for the gamble. The old 1.3k pot, guys. And that brings to a conclusion our first stream.
No
awesome.
gamble, no future.
Fair
guys.
play, Vyacheslav. I'm loving that. A little bit of gamble at the end of the stream.
Flicks it in. Wow.
So, guys, that is the stream done for the first part of day 4 here at the Cash Game Festival. We are going to go on a short break, get a little bit to drink and eat, maybe. And we'll be back in around about half an hour's time. Makes sense. So guys, myself and Henry, we'll be back in 30 minutes.
Pleasure as
Final
always,
bit of
guys.
information for you. All the free rolls, you know the drill. Unibet, our partners, the 2K free roll, that is starting now, or has started 5 minutes ago. The password is there for you. And the 32 red free roll, 5,000 euros, starting in 25 minutes time, Estonian time. Go and play them.
5K.
Thanks to our partners for putting it on, and good luck. Let us know how you do. See you in 30 minutes. Cheers.
Peace. Cheers, dude.
Or playing online is like, come to the festivals, it's fun.
The most enjoyable part of poker for me is the freedom.